Where we last left our group of intrepid adventurers, they had just made their way to the, up until now, legendary island, Sky Island of Danos. They had just made their way onto the Sky Island using a teleportation pad that was in the middle of the ocean for some strange reason. And had done so to escape some attacking dragons who had attempted to kill them. Upon making their way onto the island, they then immediately ran into some guard forces, including some watchdogs that were there to see if anybody was coming in. The guards were dispatched, and the team then began making their way over towards another location where they could potentially rest and see what happens after their little incident with the guard forces. As of now, it is night. You guys have slept. And the individuals who were on last watch had heard an interesting sound.
We heard a big bang.
It all started with a big bang.
Stop.
You never said
Okay, I said stop.
Sorry.
So, what would you guys like to do? You're basically around the end of their watch. So y'all can all be back up at full rest, so you should be good. So be sure to restore your health.
No one, dash to say anything.
Yep, I know. You guys do not entirely know. You know roughly where you are. You're near the edge of this city. It appears to be circular in shape, so you. But so that'll help. But you don't really know where it is. You don't know if this district has a name. You don't know much else about that.
I have.
In nearby you right now, in this block, I suppose it's a good way of putting it. There are a few abandoned residential homes, one or two places that look like they may have been shops at one point, and there are two larger buildings where those metal sheets that circle around the town itself are leading into them. So there are two of those you can look into.
So, real quick,
yes.
I just realized something, guys. We can figure out where we are location-wise. And Mercy's gonna pull out her compass and go, who here definitely knows where their home is right now?
Morgan raises her hand.
Erudite raises her hand.
Fight to the death, boy.
Mercy's just gonna hold it out and let one of you take it.
I'll take it.
Because we know what direction it's supposed to be in from where we were.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fight
because we know where we are on the map.
Why don't we have
we're
both
still
of them?
up above where we were, they'll still point in the same direction.
That's in opposite directions. Like Morgan's was east, and we were on top. We were southeast of.
I will point out, if we both do it, it'll be easier to determine because you're eliminating. If one person does it, you can't really tell. If two people do it, you can sort of. It's hard to explain, but it's easier.
Yeah,
it's better.
And I'm assuming Morgan's pointing to Eketh.
Eketh, yes.
Rudy's would point to Veilcrest, and those are sort of. If Veilcrest should be more or less kind of northwest-west from us, whereas Eketh is more northeast.
Yes.
Northeast east.
So
it's this is me out of character, and I have a question for Kate.
What did I do?
Would you still consider Eketh's home? Because you now actually have a proper home on Odette.
I think she would. I don't think she's at the point in her life yet that... Because, she's only been living there for a few months. That's not really a long time for someone who's 108. So I don't think I don't think she considers it home just yet. No.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I mean, Erudite definitely still considers Veilcrest home.
That's fair.
Yeah.
We're not at that point in character development where we all hold the compass and it starts spinning in circles, saying that we're all each other's home or something.
No, I was
I'm ready
referring
for
more
that.
to the fact that you haven't lived there for years.
Yeah. No, she still. Yeah. But she would still consider FA's home.
Okay.
So
So,
does it point east?
in your case, it would point in more of an eastward direction, but still definitely slightly to the north.
That would mean we're still over the like in the latitude of the Isles of Aruya. Is it longitude?
Hmm.
Whichever.
Latitude
And
is the
erudite.
horizontal ones.
Thank you. That's what I
'Cause
meant.
it's like a ladder.
Fucking nerd.
I'm dumb.
It's how they taught us
I'm
in
very
elementary
dumb.
school.
I forgot.
Erudite, by you looking at the compass, you'd see that it points more mostly towards the west, but a little bit towards the north as well.
So we're like here-ish, probably.
I can't tell what you're hitting at.
Like here-ish.
Yeah, you're not.
That's roughly where we were on the map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're not too far away. We're maybe a little bit more north, but hard to tell, but approximately same area probably.
Can we go over to the edge of the island and go and check over to see if we're still floating over the same area?
It's the ocean.
Should I suggest
That is next to impossible to tell, as it is, as Cole just said, the ocean.
Okay.
So in other words, if we take a dive
Really
bomb
differentiate
off this
different parts of the ocean.
Yes,
I
there's
thought we
water.
would be able to look down. I
Looks
thought
like
we'd be
more
able to
There's
look
water
down.
and then there's water.
I thought we'd be able to look down and see the teleportation circle, but
It's also night, so we probably wouldn't say anything.
This is also true.
Mm.
Also, quick question.
With our luck, there will be a cloud cover underneath us
And
as
if
well.
you just said dark vision only goes out 60 feet.
No, I said I'm dumb and I forget things.
Okay.
Anyways,
Quick question for you, Connor.
Mhm.
If we get into combat today, are you going to be Jaegering Maddie or not so much?
It remains to be seen.
I'm going to go under the assumption that we are, so I'm going to start off, since I don't know what's going to happen, by casting Aid on Dea, Maddie, and because she was focused, Rudy.
All right.
Also,
So
Okay.
Maddie and Erudite all
At third
have-
level, so they get 10 extra hit points to their max.
Okay.
also
Thank
before
you,
you get
Sean.
Cal, you still have the other stone coin, right?
Yeah.
May I have it? Please?
Sure.
I just
Can I give it over?
thank you.
Sure, I guess for now.
Oh,
So-
since you're here, Dea,
Yeah,
I know you're
I've
off
been here.
scouting, but we found these, and I pull out the electric tonfas. Look what they can do, and I want to poke her with it.
No.
Not enough to do damage, but to give her like a slight zap.
oh,
You know, kind of like when you shuffle against
Uh,
like a carpet and then give someone a little shock. That's what I want to do with them.
Sure, that is definitely what you want to do.
Oh
Um,
no.
I want you to still roll a d8.
oh no.
Yeah. Yes.
Intrusive.
I can't
Here
believe
we
he's about to
go.
kill his own sister.
3. Ow!
Get snapped. 3 points of lightning damage.
Ow!
It's like you just tried to play with a taser, Cole.
I mean, intelligence of 8. It's fine.
Yeah, that's
Huh.
real.
Actually,
That's real neat.
And
Yeah.
Dea, these are two tonfa with wooden handles, like actually like the sideways handles,
Mhm.
and then actual metal rods that extend out to these like baseball-sized orbs at the ends that occasionally crack with electricity.
Baseball-sized orbs. It's
Yep.
enormous. I was
Can
when
I
I was listening to the last session. I was picturing like golf ball.
No,
Can I
these are pretty big.
Can I take a look at the orbs? Like, what are they the same? Like, what they're made out of?
They appear to be
If
metal.
they're- Okay, they're metal. Never mind then.
Yep.
And I will give the tonfas to your dad. I feel like you could put down some serious hurt with these. They're a little awkward to use, but I feel like they'd be best in your
Sure, you
hand.
looked like you were having fun with them earlier.
I mean, yeah, I can You can zap people with them, but why break up a good pair? Wouldn't want to separate us two, would you?
No.
Well, then there's your answer, and I hand them over.
All right.
Chastise next session.
So,
Connor,
Becca,
can
those
you
are
put them in my sheet?
they.
I have them in my sheet. I will.
To describe them to you, they are light finesse weapons. They both do a D4 of damage at like just regular weapon damage, and then a D8 of lightning damage.
They're also +1.
They are +1 weapons, but they are exotic weapons, and you are not trained in them.
Because I did set it up.
Yeah. Also, you don't know what they're called properly. You know that they are tonfa, but you don't know if they have a name. So, electric baton, close enough.
I just called them
What I call it.
Lightning Tonfa.
Shocky, shocky,
Oh god,
stop.
I can't remember how to
Slash
add
the
these things.
I literally tagged you in a thing. That's how you set
I
it up.
see it! It's, no, I
She
see...
doesn't know. She doesn't know how to add it onto her sheet.
Yeah.
You see that plus on attacks?
No? Oh, here.
It's
Okay.
directly
Connor,
underneath.
just do it for her.
It's directly underneath your salt dagger.
Listen.
Yeah,
We're very dumb, Connor.
I know. So, what is the current game plan?
That's
Not
what-
die.
Fair.
Connor, you're under the assumption we know what we want to do.
I think we
Well-
should take a bit of a tour. Go slow.
Yeah.
Look around just to make sure that we're not missing anything or we're gonna get jumped by anything. If we can figure out what happened here. Because this reminds me of what I saw when I was dead. But actually, there was more life here. It wasn't all destroyed. So, if we do
I will.
that,
I will say, destroyed isn't necessarily the proper term for it. Worn down and overgrown would definitely be a proper term.
run down.
But it
pretty
doesn't. It doesn't look like a meteor hit and destroyed everything. It looks like
It looked.
it's been abandoned.
Yeah, it looks like people just left it, and it's been years upon years upon years upon years of. Right?
Okay.
Yes.
Is what I'm getting?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's been abandoned for a bit. It wasn't before when I was looking at it.
My qu-
Well, if we're gonna find anything, it's probably towards the center of the city, right?
Yeah, if we start slowly heading that way, checking things out as we go.
It's being
My-
stealthy because
We are.
those
Wonderful.
I will point out one thing. You do not have any kind of a map.
but I mean we can go away from the city walls.
We have a sort of map.
How far out does that map
Also-
go again? 120?
120 feet.
120 feet. That's it.
Hey, Erudite.
Oh, actually, I'd imagine you might be close enough for that.
How high does your flying thing go?
Oh, I don't think that's a good idea.
Oh boy, that's a great idea.
Hilariously, I do have it prepared. Funnily enough, I do have it prepared, but
If-
no, I don't.
Well, what if
That's a-
one of
that's
us?
An emergency. I do. Unfortunately, I can't change. Well, there's no animals that we see anywhere, right? It's only the things that the only things that have moved that we've seen have been the
Would anybody care to look around for animals? and
Yeah.
the like?
Sure.
Sure.
I'll kinda
Because right now
curious if there are-
you're having this conversation inside of a building.
I'll
yeah,
stick
I
my
would.
head-
I kind of want
Um,
to see if there are birds anywhere.
Gail's
I
gonna
would
do
just-
one of his usual checks. Gail's gonna look
I
for
would-
friends.
I'm gonna roll
He speaks for the
perception.
trees.
I love Gale
That
so
he
much.
does.
I stuck my head. I try to stick my head out the window and look around with my goggles on before
Okay.
if I see
It
anything.
only goes within 30 feet, so remember that.
I know. I know that, but I also have dark vision of 60 feet. So, do I notice anything animalistic besides Gale?
Oh, poor Gale.
I love Gale. Okay.
true though.
He's just a deer person.
You wouldn't note a huge amount of animal life at this moment in time, as it is night. Any animals that are typically active, many of which are active in the morning, and the only ones that are active at night are typically predatory, at least to your knowledge. You do note that occasionally in the sky, off in the distance, like periodically, you see these kind of like little flashes of light, like kind of like blinking and moving, and they're too far away to be fireflies. So
It's an airplane.
they're not that far away.
Drone attacks.
Oh my god, the drone.
But you would note with a 24 perception that nearby building that has the metal moving into it, you see what looks like almost like a carriage kind of sticking out of it just a little bit.
When you say a carriage, do you mean like a train carriage or
No,
a
more like a trolley without the roof.
Okay. So
Shall
like
we go
train
look?
carriage. Yeah. I stick my I pull
without
my
the
head
roof.
back in. Yeah. So I pull my head back in and I go, I don't see any animals, but off by that metal thing there's like this train car missing a roof.
You don't know what a train is.
Thing? Aren't
They are,
Yeah,
but
but-
they're not in Odella.
You have not
we
gone
were
to
down.
Vermune.
they? Okay. They're like
We've
a
established
top
this
thing.
actually.
And
Really?
only Rudy
I forgot.
and Cal read the article that a train was robbed.
Yes.
We all did.
You didn't notice
No.
it. You didn't roll
No.
high enough.
Okay. Anyways, there's like this weird top thing that's like moving into the metal thing. There's a lot of things.
Okay.
Astute.
Okay.
There's a thingy-mabob we need to go investigate.
Maybe we should head in that direction. My main concern is they seem to be these things seem to be looking out, and I feel like generally when you're looking out, there's someone who's telling you to look out.
They're on
So
a
I don't know if
patrol.
there's, like-
Yeah.
I mean, they have a
Right.
big boss.
What?
They do.
Yeah. Oh, when I was fighting the big glowy guy that was in the nice armor, I kept going, dude, let's stop and talk about this, and he kept going, sorry, boss's orders.
Good impression. I'm proud of that. I'm really proud of you for that. And
It's just enough like Magic Brian, I can do it.
it's very good.
Well, that
Interesting
means there's
information.
there's
You
someone
found-
in charge. So that's.
They're
Should we-
also not necessarily alive. They could just be doing what they've been ordered to do thousands of years ago.
True.
Or hundreds
It's
of
true
years
as
ago.
well.
But if
That's also
boss is still alive and or functioning, we might be able to go talk to him and tell him to stop attacking us.
Speaking,
Could also be someone.
quick question, Connor.
Mm.
So I forget. Last session, did we ever ask about what we thought the blue ball that came out of the armor was?
Y'all never asked about that.
Okay.
Mm.
So Cal will turn and say, by the way, what was up with the ball lightning thing?
Oh, that was him. He started talking and like shocking us.
I mean,
The
yeah,
guy
I
that was
got
in the
struck by
fancy
lightning.
Yeah, the guy that was in fancy armor was doing that.
Fucking
Okay, but-
annoying, that's what he was.
I wanted to kill him. That's why I kept throwing my swords at him.
Okay, I
I
get
was
that, but
shooting at him too.
what is it though? I'm not
Fancy
really
light.
like an electric-y or engineering type person, but that seems weird.
I don't
That
know.
doesn't seem
Maybe it's a
natural.
spirit?
or-
Yes,
You can certainly roll a knowledge arcana check to try and know. what
like
it
a
could be.
soul.
Sure.
I
That's
have
gonna
no,
definitely
Cal
do
has
that.
no idea what it is.
I'm
I-
not trained in that.
This is only people who are trained in it.
Okay.
Which is
You're
which
Joe-
is
Joe Schmo isn't going to go, oh yeah, I know what this is.
I'm trained in dumbass.
Same.
it's just, I think the only person is
My
me,
lifestyle.
Yeah.
right?
Basically.
So roll good. Nope, that's a
Oh,
nat
a
one.
nat one.
I mean, I've
Magic
never seen
DC
anything
of
like this
12.
before.
Well, the thing is, you've read books on stuff like this, and it's somewhere in your head, and what it is on the tip of your tongue, but you can't think of it exactly.
Unfortunately, I can't do any. It's been a long This has been an unusual day.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter
To say the
now.
least.
I'm sure we'll figure it out as we go, as we
If
always
we don't
do.
figure it out, he'll probably find us and try to kill us again. 'Cause they
Why?
do know we're here.
Which is why we need to be as quiet as possible. while we're
Do
here.
we want to go check out that other building? Sneak
I
across
think
the way?
that's our best option. I
How
believe,
far
at this
inland
point.
are we on the island?
Not very.
Yeah, I think we should start heading in.
Perhaps we should try to find a map of this place.
I mean, we got this until we find a new one.
Well, that's only that has
well,
a range. I'd like a
The
map.
only
map
time,
the entire island.
the
have
only
a
way we
question,
find the map
Connor.
is by going somewhere.
I have a question.
Mhm.
If Erudite, when they were in the cave, drew everything, which I said I did, would that function as some sort of
No.
map? Okay. Just wondering. Because it is drawn into her notebook, but
Mhm.
I don't know how useful that is.
The
I
answer to
didn't
that
think
is
it would.
no.
Okay. Figured
So
I'd ask.
let's head to whatever it is that that Maury saw, and we'll go from there and
Shouldn't
make
be
our
that-
way towards the center.
Yeah.
Try and find a map along the way. Because if there's somebody that's leading all of this, we might be able to ask them what happened.
Mhm.
Either
Okay,
way, if we don't at least let them know that we're friendly, then they're still going to keep attacking us.
I'm gonna look at everybody and I'm gonna look at Mercy and I'm gonna be like, perhaps you should get a little more help with your sneaking, because
Are you trying to say I'm not stealthy? And she's just gonna slightly, like, knock on her own armor, not loud, just like a little.
not
Kinky.
particularly.
Yes.
And I'm going to cast invisibility on Mercy.
Mercy
Will
Maker
that-
disappears.
Can
Well,
I see myself in invisibility?
No, I don't think so.
Oh my fucking god, she's fucking dead.
Mercy's just gonna lean down and whisper in her ear, "I'm still here, bitch."
I mean,
Great.
I also have this spell that lets me give someone a little bump in their abilities. We can do that as well.
Now it's just a thing with nothing there that's making a lot of metal noise.
Oh,
Yeah,
great,
well,
yeah.
Hey, we're on
you're
an
a
island
little
full of
harder to
robots.
find.
You know,
They might not question it.
we died.
I will cast
Not
guidance
particularly
on Gale, I
stealthy,
guess.
but that's fine.
Okay. Gale, you have guidance for it's a minute, and it's only on one skill check.
All right.
I'm assuming that one skill check lasts. Doesn't just magically go away.
I believe so. I don't
Excellent.
think it just goes away, but still. So you guys are gonna try and move quietly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Put up on the cloak. We're going.
Okay. Stealth checks from everybody.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Is that what Rose sings if she ever gives
Yeah.
inspiration?
And I believe Mercy, I believe you do have
What the
No!
fuck?
you do have
why?
advantage by this point.
Cancel that.
No, she
I
has
was-
straight rolls.
Oh right, because
Yeah,
you're
no.
so fucking
Yeah, my arm is
loud.
heavy.
Yeah.
Jesus
So
Christ,
what is
man.
guidance?
D4 adds
D4.
to your stealth roll.
At a D4.
It doesn't matter.
And I'm at
Oh,
damn.
damn.
God.
Mercy got a
Oh,
nat
God.
20.
Where the fuck did Mercy go?
It counts for
And
two.
then
Oh,
let
nice.
me add,
All right.
A D4.
So as a group stealth check, you do pretty good.
and then add 3 to that for Gale.
18. Woo, woo.
Yeah,
I'm
a couple
so
of you are a bit noisier, but the rest of you managed to catch on to them as like Rose about to trip over a rock and just like clatter onto the ground and curse. So one of you just like grabs her by the shoulder and stops her from jumping. And Erudite very nearly bumps into you, Mercy, who manages to stop her.
Thank you.
So as you guys make your way over to the building with the metal the metal plates moving towards it, you see that there is a metal embossed sign on the entrance next to it, and the doors appear to be slightly ajar. They don't look like they were locked or kicked in. It just looks like they just weren't closed.
I thought it
Call
was
it
a
a
door,
door,
not a
not a
jar.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kate.
I was gonna write that in the chat.
Hey!
How tall is this building?
Really not very tall, 15 feet ish,
Okay, so
Yeah.
like
You
one
said-
story.
more or less.
You
Yeah.
said there's a sign.
Can
Is there like writing
I-
on it?
What does the sign say?
It says Raina Wakaiti Kakariki. That's all it
God
says.
bless you.
Hmm.
So
It says
Cal,
something that you
And
guys
it's
can't
not-
understand.
It's in a-
doesn't
I
Cal have?
using my glasses, I will read it.
It
Yeah,
says
there you
transit line green.
It says transit line green. What does that mean?
What the fuck's a transit?
Why is it green?
Well, you know what transit is.
Yeah.
It's for travel.
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
Do I
We're not
know?
question.
idiots.
I'm
The
joking.
door,
Are we
the door.
though?
You said the door is ajar. Like, is it big enough for us to walk in, or is it still like kind of small?
It does.
Where-
It's basically a set of double doors, and it looks like you could just push right through them.
Well, transit is for
Okay.
traveling, so there might be a
Gail's
map
gonna
in there.
peek
Let's
in
go.
before we start going in.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna peek in before I start slamming open doors.
Okay. Perception check with disadvantage because you can't see in the dark.
That is true.
I will also peek in.
I'll put
What
That's
the
not enough.
fuck?
I don't know how you did
so
this.
Double 24.
Ah,
so-
Gail.
Wow.
Let me see. Peeking into the building, you see what looks like a small location made out of small, neat stone bricks that have been well shaped and are all fairly uniform. The roof of the building appears to be made of metal. There are a couple of wooden beams crossing back and forth. At the very center of the building, there is a location with this what looks like almost like a cement platform that leads up to this what you can best describe as a trolley or a carriage that appears to be made mostly out of metal and it just kind of sits on the metal plates. There are no wheels that you can see on this thing. You see it completely lacks a roof. One edge of the building, you can see that there are a bunch of what look like lockers, many of which are kind of left open, a couple of which are still closed. And there's a small door that opens up to what you think might be an office in the back.
Hey, Connor.
Mhm.
Looking around, do I start to get the feeling that does it start to feel like this is like everything kind of like everyone like left in the middle of something?
You don't know, and I won't tell you.
No, I know. I'm just curious because like I don't
Like
know
just
if
to
I'm
try
trying
and judge it, you don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
I would like to open
Because
the
you
unopened
also
lockers.
you also see a severe lack of, say, human bones, or like things that have just been like tossed to the ground and left behind, like luggage and stuff like that. It just looks abandoned.
Okay. All right.
All right. So inside there's a couple of carts inside, metal ones. There's an office in the back. Doesn't look like there's anything in there, but I think we should still be quiet as we go in.
Okay.
All right.
It's a
And
transportation place. There's probably a map.
That's
I-
literally what I just said.
so Gail's
Oh,
gonna
didn't
push
hear you
open
at
the
all.
door and start heading back toward the you said the lockers and the office door kind of in the back.
The lockers kind of like go along one large wall.
Okay.
And there's an office in the back, and you would note that there is something kind of like pinned up to the opposite wall near that big cement platform that I mentioned.
Okay.
It looks like it's like behind like a sheet of glass and like is placed there to not be moved.
Is it a
Okay. We're
transit
gonna
map?
go. We're gonna go by there first, and then to the office.
Can I also keep an eye out for like any signage or anything? Since I
Sure.
can read them.
You can certainly do so.
Yeah, Daya's sticking next to Gale.
You would no, for how long this has been. No, you would not see that because paper doesn't last that long. So you don't see much of the way of signage, unfortunately. But moving over to the map, you would instead see this.
Oh dear.
It's a train map.
Giant
I'm so
circle.
familiar with
That's
these.
kind of blurry.
Give it a minute.
Yeah.
Is
Load it.
there a "You are here" arrow?
Well, if it's
it's-
the green,
yes,
I will say if it's the green.
There is an arrow pointing to this one right here.
There's also a
And
blue dot here.
And that blue circle, judging by how far you guys moved, that's probably where you guys are still staying.
So, can we assume that we came from around here then? Like when we were moving into the buildings?
Around where?
and stuff? Around here? Because like
No.
we showed up on the edge of the map. Okay.
We also
You
moved
should-
far away from where we originally landed.
You showed up. You showed up.
Okay.
You showed up on the edge of the map, and then you moved to the right, following the walls.
So we were like.
it might have been somewhere around here.
Okay. Sorry.
All right.
We're all inside, right?
Is there like a
So-
legend to the map or anything?
There is a. There will be a legend to the map.
Can I read it?
Yeah, it goes
it's
over the
fun, it says
basic
in a-
stuff. Basically, it tells you that there are multiple lines that can be traveled: the orange, the green, the blue, and the yellow. The red line is only available to authorized personnel.
Mm-hmm.
There is a church to someone called Amaznin, which you would have to roll on. There's a zoo.
Ooh. The zoo?
No.
There's
Also,
nothing
what's
there
the name of the
now.
god again?
Can we go?
Amaznin. Amaznen.
Yeah,
Can
we
I
can
roll
go
on
later.
that?
I'm down to go to the zoo whenever.
For something like this, I'm going to say no. Only people who are trained in religion could.
Oh, I don't.
That's-
No one's
Honestly, I don't
trained
think
in
anyone's
I don't think Cal's trained in religion.
Nope.
That
I-
sucks.
No one's trained in.
I, spent a lot of time doing research.
I have a +5.
That
I
counts
have
for
the
anything.
highest.
Like
setting,
I'd say,
it's fine. Okay.
Cal's the only person who can make a check on this, and even then, you have disadvantage.
Cool.
Gale's been trying to study the gods.
Oh, you have. Oh, you have. You shit.
He
Yeah,
probably
no,
would have no idea. So this I'm really grasping.
you'll
here.
still have disadvantage on this. Unfortunately,
Okay.
This is kind of
Given.
different.
Erudite definitely stares
We
for
out
like
here. We're so
a
smart.
minute at the map.
What?
Okay. I will tell you right
Can
now.
we-
No, you won't be able to photographically memorize an entire map.
Damn it,
Because-
Connor.
But you can get like the major streets, can't you? There's
Yeah,
a bunch
that's
of
what
like,
that's what you would be doing.
Yeah, you can certainly do that, but like
Like
to
sort
put it
of like
simply, to put it simply,
yeah, obvious.
you'll know that there's a road here and a road there. You won't know all the small roads and stuff like that.
yeah, but
You
there's,
said
Yeah,
there's
no,
a
that
bunch.
makes
behind
sense.
glass.
That totally
correct?
makes sense.
But like
I
I
would
was
just want to know the map.
shush, all of you. So like I was saying, God damn it, people. There are also a few clock towers that are listed, and they're basically just listed as like southeastern clock tower, stuff like that. There is one here,
Where?
here,
Okay.
one here, and one. I'm referencing my personal map that I get to see, and you guys don't. One up here.
Can you
We're
color
gonna
those?
Assassin's Creed this bitch.
And the zoo's the Pentagon, right?
The zoo is the Pentagon.
I mean,
No.
that's true.
What?
I mean,
That's
that's nothing to do
What else
with
would I
religion.
call it?
That's a very funny implication there, but no.
Such a weird sentence.
What?
Shay, what else would I say? The weird pentagonal pyramid
Can
looking
we?
thing?
Is this giant building off on its own labeled?
Yeah, I was about to ask about that.
That building over there,
Yeah.
Mhm.
that would be listed as the academy.
Academy. Huh.
So the
That's worth
academy is
checking out.
by itself in the authorized personnel only zone.
The question is, ooh, the academy might. That it could be an academy for like anything, so that might be worth checking out.
I feel like the
So-
church. Oh, go on.
I was gonna say, just because I know that we're working on a bit of. We have a limited time. We can't stay here indefinitely.
Right.
Mhm.
My thought is, if we hit the closest tall building, pointing these out, then we move to this church. We go to the zoo. We won't stay long, as much as I want to, and then we go to that academy. That'll keep us going pretty much in one direction. Keep us going by center of town. We might run into whatever it is, and
We
maybe
can
get some clues as to what's going on.
We can use the buildings to our advantage as well.
Is Gale crackly for anybody else?
Not
I mean,
really.
No.
Chase.
No,
Hmm.
I mean,
I did get you.
are you
Like,
proposing a path like this, Gale? And I'll draw it on the map. Potentially curving like this to go to the thing.
Aye.
We can use the buildings to our
well-
advantage to help avoid the patrolling guys, but we should definitely have someone a few paces ahead, like peeking around corners, and so we don't accidentally run into the patrolling guards.
Yeah, that's my thought.
I am going to put on my glasses and see if I see anything in here.
Everybody hold for a second, please.
Okay.
Connor's having connection issues.
Mm-hmm.
I am. So this is getting a little funky. I don't know why.
Can't believe
Okay.
Connor's
Connor
there.
disconnected us.
Greg is gone.
Yeah, Greg didn't come back.
That's weird. I'm going to.
So we'll need to pop him back in.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys should be able to hear me now.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yep.
Good.
All right, I will bring him back in.
Now recording.
I hate you.
What don't you hate?
We love you, Greg.
Greg, don't
question.
listen to him.
Greg, you're my favorite.
Is this thing labeled?
What thing?
This little weird thing. Is it like a fountain? Is it a building?
Probably like a
Yeah,
statue.
that'd be a fountain.
Okay, cool.
I want to see if there's anything in here. I don't think there is, but I'm gonna put on my glasses and see if there's anything in here at all. Sort of
Anything
wander
magical?
toward- Yeah, why not? I doubt it.
Okay.
But...
Well, no, you would see that the large carriage-like object is magical, and the sheet of metal that it is on top of is also magical in its own way.
Ooh.
Um,
I'm also going to head towards the office as I do this.
I figured.
Morgan,
Aside from
would you like
that,
to
you
come with
likely
me?
wouldn't notice much else. The lampposts that you guys occasionally have been seeing, like in the road, like along the roads, you would have noted that those are also magical. I just forgot to mention them.
And you said there were some closed lockers.
Yes,
Um,
they do not appear to be magical, but they are locked.
is it just like regular locks?
Just like locks. They appear fairly rusted.
Like you could pull it off, kind of lock, or
Can I try and get into them?
You could certainly try both of those,
All right, I'll roll.
but with
Hang on.
Shush. You would know that with locks this rusted, pins can break pretty easily.
I can fix that.
With okay,
Mending can get rid of rust because it leveled up.
yeah, because at level 5 it allows you to get rid of rust.
So I can. It
Good thought.
takes a minute to cast for each
I
lock.
could just
but
bust
I
one
could.
with a crowbar.
That would create noise.
Would
I would
make
not recommend
noise.
doing that.
Silence?
You
Not
don't know I
wasting
have that
silence on
prepared.
this.
Got it.
I mean, I do have it prepared, but it is also a ritual, to be fair. I could spend 10 minutes and just have a cone of silence around us.
You
I
would.
can.
Forget it
Again.
then.
She would not have known that.
Forget it then.
Okay,
can
I
do?
do have silence. I can. Like, I'll say this to the group now. I did bring silence just in case we set off one of those spell guys again. I figure can't really sound the alarm if it's quiet. And
Alright, good idea.
so, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to get rid of the rest? It'll take a minute for each last, or I can do 10 minutes and just have a cone of silence, and we can be as loud
That's
as we want.
Does it actually take a minute?
Yeah, mending casts a minute. It only when it levels up does it become an action.
How many lockers are there?
A minute takes a minute? What?
Yeah.
You would see that there are a few, like let's say like 4 or 5 lockers. Yeah, it
Passing
does take a
time,
minute.
1
Oh
minute.
wow.
In
I know my stuff.
case, just bust them open. Just mend them, and then we'll lockpick that.
Yeah, we want to stay quiet.
Yeah, I guess we can. It's just 5 minutes.
The only
Got
thing.
question about-
anyways.
About the map, real quick before we move on from it.
Yes.
It's behind glass, you said, right?
Yes.
Is there a good way, it looks like, to get that down by chance? Or am I breaking the glass?
Well, simplest solution would be probably just take your hammer and go smash the glass. You feel like if you wedge something behind the thing that was holding the actual panel up in place, maybe you could do that without breaking the glass, but you'd have to be careful.
Could I freeze it? I don't know.
No.
That would still, it would
No.
be the same thing.
I don't want to ruin the map.
Frozen
That's my worry.
frozen glass still shatters.
I know.
Wait. Do I have cut like any sort of like cutting tools in my jewelry tools?
Like when
like a sharp, like a knife, or
You'd
like
have
even
like a jeweler's
something
saw,
like a scoring,
probably. But those are
or like a
really
score-
narrow
or
and fragile.
yeah,
like a scoring kind of tool.
there is a difference between a scoring tool and something used to break glass. You could certainly try to use a dagger to do that, but I'll be honest here: if you roll too badly, you're gonna break the glass. Like it's. I did work in a spot where I actually had to like break and adjust glass quite a bit. You need a certain tool and you need a certain setup, otherwise you're gonna break it.
It's not a
I was
phone.
thinking.
Not a phone, you fuck.
I know, but I had to make it.
I was thinking if we scored the glass and then like, because I have a smaller hammer.
It
with
still
the jeweler's
breaks.
tools, I would assume.
You're still breaking.
We knock it gently, and we just have it. And we all have bedrolls. We could lay that out, and we just pop it down, and then we pull the map out from behind that. It's an idea.
That's not a bad idea.
I'm trying to think of how that will work. So you're are you scoring around the edge?
Like
Scoring around the
simulator?
edge of the gap.
If I can take it down from the wall, we can put the bedrolls on it.
And then
Try
break
the
it.
scoring idea that way to break it so it won't make as much noise. If
Yeah,
that's what you're saying.
We can use fabric to
Yeah.
muffle the sound of glass breaking.
If
Yeah.
you
That also
really wanted
works.
to do this, again, we could just spend 10 minutes and I can make everything quiet.
I think if
I
we're
mean, that,
I think I don't know whether or not to say this in character. I think if we're trying to get both the map and the lockers open, we should do a cone of silence. That might be the best idea.
Kyle, is your cone of silence going to cover the whole thing?
It's a 20-foot diameter and it's on a point, which means if I do that point on an item, it moves with me. Or whoever is holding it.
All right.
that might work, actually. That
Then
seems like
if
our
you-
best
If
option.
you can do that, we have a bit of time. I'd rather be quiet, personally. I don't know about all of you.
Yeah, just keep in mind, you can't communicate within the sphere unless you know sign language. Well, maybe my
Alright.
sister can read lips, I guess, but
Okay, then before we do that, here's the plan. Cone of silence. I'm going to break the
the
glass.
And I'll break open the lockers.
Exactly. So map, then lockers, and then after that we can drop it and check out the office. Are we all in agreement?
Sure.
Morgan holds
Alright.
up a
By the
thumbs
way,
up.
I'm gonna let you guys know this right now. I'm currently marking the first few locations. Any other locations on this map, you're gonna have to mark yourselves.
okay.
All right.
Sure.
That's not how you spell zoo.
Zoe.
I love the Zoe.
Mercy gives
Okay.
you a thumbs up and realizes you guys still can't see her.
Oh no!
I'm gonna drop concentration. Oh no, I'm not gonna drop concentration in case we have to keep moving. I'm sorry, Mercy. I can't.
All
In
right.
case
Kyle,
Okay.
it's all on you.
Okay, I will take out my fate dagger and I will spend 10 minutes to ritually cast silence, and so that the point is on the dagger. So as whoever's wielding the dagger has a 20-foot coin silence around them.
All right.
Let's
You
keep
do
an eye out
so.
on the entrance real quick. Make sure nobody starts coming. Have a look
I will
out.
do that.
It's like the opposite of the sound of talking. It's the dagger of silence.
Boo.
I mean, any dagger is a dagger of silence if you use it well enough.
No,
Accurate.
Well, that's true.
You're right.
I mean, you're not wrong. Not at all.
Kate
So-
brings up the good point.
Rudy, you're going to be keeping up a watch, more or less.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm the best person to be doing that because my perception is not that great.
I'll do it.
I'll
do
I'll
it.
follow her.
Well, you're gonna be
No,
doing.
Morgan, you take care of the lockers. I'll keep
Yeah.
watch.
I'll help Dea, but yeah.
Not
While
about
he's-
breaking the lockers.
While he's ritually casting, while he's ritually casting, can I go through the lockers as quietly as possible to see what they got? in case anything's useful?
We're doing the silence thing before we start breaking into them.
No, the open ones I meant. Any
Oh.
of the open ones within.
There is very little of note in the open ones. You'd find like one old bird's nest in one of them, and that's about it.
Do they look cleared out, or do they look, or like has stuff rotted away, or can I not tell?
A little of A, a little of B. Mostly they were empty in the first place. A few of them may have had something rotten in there at some point, but it's been so long that it doesn't matter anymore.
All right. Okay. Figure that out.
All right. Now, whoever's keeping watch, I'd like a perception check.
Yes.
Where is my
Let's go with the
perception?
fantastic rolling I've been doing
19.
today. Yeah.
It's funny that you guys both rolled the same thing on the die, though.
All right.
Oh, we did.
That's true. No. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
We
funny.
both rolled 11 on the.
So, you guys keeping watch from the 30-foot
Also-
radius of silence, I believe.
Actually, it's 20 foot, and I actually cast it on my scimitar, so I can have that out if we do have to fight.
Okay. The 20-foot radius of silence. You would see that beginning to make its patrol back towards your location is one of those dirt mud creatures with those bells hanging off them, and you see it just kind of slowly start shambling over towards that entrance. You hear a thing, ding, 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 and you see it just kind of stop and stand near that entrance. It looks out, stands there.
I look back at the team and I put like finger over lips, and with my other hand I make like a motion like ringing a bell.
Since I know that my sister can read lips, I'll just mouth okay.
I stick a thumbs up at her.
Same.
Okay. So, you guys who are going to be trying to pry it off from the wall, who's going to be doing it, Gale?
Yep.
I'm...
Can I loan him?
I don't know what I would make you roll.
Can I loan him my crowbar? Would that help prying it off the wall?
That definitely would. That definitely would help.
Would it be
Just be a strength?
Or athletics.
It'd be athletics, and the issue is getting a grip on it. But with the crowbar, yeah, I'd make it really easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Athletics.
Yeah,
just
athletics
chilled
with
right now.
advantage.
I pass him my
Advantage.
crowbar.
Yeah, but with advantage because she gave you the crowbar.
Got it.
Oh my god.
23. Nice.
All right. So you very carefully start to work on the this kind of like a picture frame that is holding it in place, and you kind of start working on it from the corners, very carefully prying it open. Even with the silence effect, you'd like to still avoid making too much movement, especially with that thing nearby. And you very carefully start to pry it loose, and eventually you feel it pop off, with no sounds to accompany it, and nobody was ready to catch it.
Oh no.
I was gonna say that! I was just waiting for you to finish.
You should have said it when he was taking it off.
Well, you got me for everything I say. Anyway, can I like do like a action? Like
It just-
I don't
it just-
know. Can I roll?
Maybe just a dexterity check.
No, just a straight dex, not
Just straight dex. It's
Okay,
nothing
okay.
too tough.
Oh my god!
9.
Well, you watch as the object hits the ground and the glass
There is
shatters.
no duh, because there is
Exactly. I'm giving it effect because I don't like not being able to make effects. But you would hear nothing
imagine
as there is a sound effect going on.
How tattered is the map? It's fallen face first, isn't it?
Yes, it would. It would have because of how he had to pry it off.
It's probably fine.
I can bend it.
Looking over the map, aside from a few tears, it looks okay. You guys would be able to tell it's old.
I make the
Yeah.
okay hand.
It's quite old.
Oregon's gonna hold her hand out for the crowbar.
Go's gonna hand it
And-
over. We're gonna very carefully roll up this map and put it in the bag of holding.
And she is gonna start hitting each of the locks to bust them open.
Actually, Gale.
Hmm.
Cal is going to hand you the scimitar that has the silence on it, and he's going to take the map from you, and he's going to leave the silence area and cast mending on it, just to sort of like reaffirm it, make it more stable.
Okay.
Close the tears.
It's good that you
Well,
stepped out of it
it's-
because mending does require talking.
Yeah, I know.
I'll just need a stealth check, please.
Okay, fine.
You have to talk to cast a spell.
I know. It's just like, I could whisper it.
Thus the stealth check.
I'm not sure why that was a disadvantage, but I guess for the
Me
top,
neither.
it's still 16.
All right. So you begin casting the spell over the
Do
object.
it away from the door.
Away from the yes, of course. Away from the door, as discreetly as possible. And Erudite and Rudy, from your position watching the creature, you would see it kind of like twitch its head at one point, kind of quirk it to the side like it's listening for something, and it just kind of keeps standing there, swaying slightly from side to side, arms down.
I give a very cautious thumbs up, but shrug. I mouth to my brother, it's still there.
As I'm casting it, just sort of shrug.
All right.
Dude.
Now, Jess, Jill, how you two doing?
Emotionally or like
Functionally,
Electronically.
electronic.
Let's go with A
Bad
and
on
B, but
both
B
fronts.
mostly. Okay.
We're cutting in and out.
it keeps going
Wow.
like completely silent for like 20 seconds at a time, and
Which
then
is
it comes
why-
back, and I'm like, I hope we didn't miss anything.
Why
Ooh,
we're not
that's,
talking at
that's
all.
not good.
Yeah.
We don't know if anyone's talking.
Can I find Mercy at some point, like within the cone of silence?
I
I'm
imagine
She's
so,
invisible
yes.
still.
You can
Oh,
surely try.
right.
Like
can-
waving
yeah.
my hands
Eric
around,
has not dropped
trying to
concentration.
find her.
Mercy's
you're
just silently dancing to herself.
You're just gonna flail around and try to hit
Sure.
Mercy
She
at some
wanted to
point.
help. She wanted to help bust the things open. I figured I'd try.
Okay. What do I make you roll for this? just
Perception, investigation.
Real quick,
just roll a d20.
did Mercy see her trying to find her?
You can certainly see her flailing her arms around.
Mercy's
wildly.
gonna make sure she tries to avoid that. And with that roll, I think she does.
With a nat
Figure out-
one, you do.
Make any noise.
Stain doesn't like me.
you just watch as she keeps flailing her arms around, trying to hit something, and you
I
just
do
kind
that
of
for a
keep
minute.
stepping away.
I just shrug and I start hitting the fucking locks.
Okay, just make me an athletics check.
Oh yay.
Mercy's just gonna sit back and watch and see if she can actually do it.
Hold on.
Incredible.
Real quick,
Wow,
That's actually
that's
impressive.
a nat one.
the second that happens, Mercy's gonna step behind her and try to hit it to open it, to make it seem like she did it.
With what?
I mean, Mercy's got hands.
You're just gonna use your hands?
Fucking punch it.
Well, the question is it a built-in lock, or is it a lock
Padlock.
that's like hanging off of it?
It's a hanging lock.
Mercy's just gonna try to rip it off.
Okay.
Please
that
be
so much.
successful.
Chill.
That's a 20.
All right. Yeah, you would be able to just kind of like grab it by the bottom and just go, "Ugh," just rip it right off. As Morgan attempts to pry it off using the crowbar, and then you watch as the crowbar just kind of like bends a bit and goes, "Ping," and it just kind of like flies out of her hands.
The crowbar breaks.
It did not break, but
It
You might need
bends.
mending on
it looks a bit warped.
Oh my god. Can I keep trying?
That's a good question. Is that considered an attack?
$5.
I don't think so. It's a check, not an attack. You have to do an attack roll for an attack.
Check, not an attack. But it was intended to break something.
Uh,
I'll say no, to be nice.
And we cut out.
Yep.
Yeah, nice to somebody else.
He did say no.
Um,
You're fine.
He's being nice.
No, I think
We cut
I
out
think-
so bad.
I think they still can't hear us.
No, wait, we can hear you now.
No, Connor, you don't understand. It said, I think that's, and it immedially cut you.
Like, we'll never
It's
know.
not an attack. That's
Yeah.
all you need to know.
Yeah.
Do I
Um,
roll for every single lock?
You certainly could.
I mean, Mercy's gonna go
Uh,
behind.
Gail's
her.
gonna try one
care
as well
anymore.
after seeing this.
Listen,
Gail's gonna tap her on the shoulder like a you did good, and then grab one.
Okay.
I'm just holding the
Morgan's
scimitar and
gonna
watching
just-
this go
So
on.
they're
like,
they're
okay.
about 4 of them. So I'll just Jesus Christ.
This is beautiful.
Why?
Morgan, maybe you should stop.
Yeah. So
Fuck you! Wait, no, that's not mine!
so the lockers are open. The crowbar is bent.
Morgan's gonna very quiet to my eyes. I hate this game.
I didn't have to do anything there.
Morgan is going to quietly set the bent crowbar next to Cal. And she's just gonna, like, if he looks up at her, she's just gonna shrug. And then
Yeah.
she's gonna go through the lockers, and she's gonna take everything. Cause fuck you guys.
Cal will hand the scimitar back to Gale and cast Mending on the freaking crowbar.
But say Mercy was awesome.
Gail's,
She tried to
Gail's
get
gonna
the
wave you
locker.
off. Gail's gonna try and wave you off.
Okay, then I'll just.
I don't know if I'm
I'll hold on to it
crying
then.
at this point.
So from the lockers, you find a few things. The first one would be a small pouch. It's like it's almost like a small satchel, like maybe about I feel like 6 inches long, like 3 or 4 inches wide, tall. It's like fanny pack size, but made of leather.
Oh God.
Give it to Ro.
Look, I can feel my work.
Is there anything in there?
There does not appear to be anything in there right now. Looking into it, you don't see anything. But then again, looking into it, it just looks a bit deeper than you're expecting.
I'm gonna stick my hand in it.
Okay.
Wait, no, wait.
do it, do
Before I
it.
do that,
Sticking your hands in
do it.
things has not
Do it, you
proven
call
well
it.
for me.
Too late. You already did it.
I mean, I have my glasses on, so is there
I
a
was
magical
just
thing
about to
coming
say,
off of
can I
it?
put my goggles on
Shush.
for-
All of you. So you put your hand in it, and nothing happens.
Okay.
But your arm does go in further than you expected. You go down. You it goes into like about like your forearm, as opposed to like maybe hand depth.
Did I find a fanny pack of holding?
Jill literally just
I
made
was
that
typing
joke.
it out. I'm so
Aw.
mad.
Morgan's gonna stick it like into her belt, like not tie it around, but just like loop it like on her belt for right now and keep going
You can do so.
with all of them. Can I just do I roll investigation? Something?
No, you don't have to roll investigation. It's pretty straightforward. And another one, you find what looks like a small bag with a couple of coins in it.
I'll take that.
And another, you find what looks like a. Okay. This one is another leather pouch with a silver brush with a small set of rubies on it.
I'm taking
It
that.
looks very old.
Oh.
The actual bristles on the brush look like they could fall out at any time.
I'm sticking that in the fanny pack of holding.
Okay, and a very fragile and worn-looking wooden cane.
I hand that to Ro.
Can I break it? So I feel strong.
Hey, question.
I kind of just
Mhm.
to see.
Oh, actually, never mind. I'm looking out. Never mind. I can't.
Actually,
Never mind.
the second, were there 2 fanny packs of holding? Because you said one had a brush and one didn't.
No, I said one was just a leather pouch.
Oh, okay. And retcon that. I'm not gonna stick the. I'm gonna keep the hairbrush, and I'm gonna throw the fanny pack of holding at Ro. I am not warning her. I am just throwing.
I was not gonna catch it. She wasn't paying attention.
She was not paying attention.
Mo was
Yeah.
like twiddling her thumbs, like no, she was playing with her gun probably.
Yeah, probably.
She's like posing with it, like.
You get hit in the side of the face by a pouch.
Question, Connor.
Yes.
I know that the spell has a concentration of 10 minutes. How much time do we have left?
10 minutes?
No.
You'd be looking at about 3 or so minutes left.
Okay, I'm just gonna motion to everyone and like make like a circular motion, just kind of like a wrap it up kind of motion.
While this is going on, while still like kind of keeping an eye on the alarm guy, Dave's gonna kind of glance around for like alternate exits to the station.
Okay.
So if he's
you-
still there when we're done, we don't have to like leave through the front door.
There would be another there would be another entrance, air quotes, but more so it's the you'd be walking out onto that sheet of metal that is leading out. There
So
are
like
going to be
the train tracks that we would.
yeah, you'd be heading out onto the track. Only about 25 pieces of silver. It's old
Awesome.
metal. It's old. They're old coins though.
Ooh, like
Yeah,
pre-schism
and-
coins?
What was that?
Are they like pre-schism coins, or like
Oh
do
yeah,
I?
yeah. They are.
Oh, fuck.
They are quite clearly quite old. And yeah, I mean, aside from going out to the tracks, that'd be about it.
Okay. Cool.
There is still the office.
Yeah, I was gonna say Gail's heading that way.
Okay.
If we're done with the lockers, I will move with the cone of silence this way, I guess,
Okay.
to the office.
So
Yeah.
Erudite and Dea, as you guys have been watching the observer the entire time, you do watch as it slowly begins to sway off in the other direction, back up the main road.
Okay.
Whew, okay.
I think we're good.
Was there anything magical about anything? Like, if I ran over him with my detect magic, would anything I find be valuable?
Aside from the leather pouch, no.
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 Okay, just double checking.
But the wooden cane and the brush are both very old, and they are considered fragile.
Mm.
Okay.
If you don't find a
Well-
proper place to put them that will keep them safe, they can break. And I'll take
I'm-
note of it.
Do we all have our packs on us in like general? Like, we travel with a backpack, right? I'm
Yeah.
just trying to
I
think of
assume so.
something. Yeah. When she's gonna, I think I'm gonna take some of my old, because I have a set of common clothes, wrap the brush in the common clothes, and like stick it like in the center of my pack. If
Okay.
possible.
That will.
With that as gently as possible.
This is the brush or the cane.
Brush.
Okay.
The brush. Ro broke the cane. We don't care about it.
Okay, cane's broken then.
It's a cane.
Yeah,
Fuck that cane.
it's a very old cane.
Hey, it could have been
It's a
worth a
cane you
lot
can
of money,
Could
guys.
have been an
Yeah, it's a
artifact.
cane.
Speaking of, the coins are
but,
probably imprinted.
So putting it into your inventory, you can certainly do that. It will reduce the chances of it getting damaged, but
I
it will
would-
not make it non-existent. Because you still have the bag on your person, and if you take a bad fall, if you take a critical hit, it could still risk getting damaged. So keep that in mind. And Jill, Gilliam
They are-
Shakespeare.
We
I
had a
like that.
long sullen silence, boys. We just sat here and
All right,
Related.
you
lived
there?
our life. Yep, we're
Okay.
here.
In that case, Jill,
Yeah, it was good.
please add one Pathfinder pouch into your inventory.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's actually what it's called.
The path.
I think Connor's just trying to find ways to sneak the word Pathfinder into our
Nope.
game.
Swear to God.
Pathfinder pouch. Boom.
Are we still live?
I thought we were back to a long, sullen silence.
You are still live. I was just being quiet. There you go.
Fuck it, we're doing it live.
We're doing it live.
So
I made a mistake, didn't I? Giving it to Ro.
Quite
Probably.
possibly, but it's
So-
done now.
Gail, you're going back over to the,
Now if I
to the
steal it
office.
back.
Yes.
That's going to be tough to do. It's looped on her belt.
Yeah, next to my gun.
So Gail, you're going
You
into the
stay
back
awake
office.
forever?
You're
What
going
am I
into the
doing,
back
sorry?
office, Gail?
Okay,
Yes, I
everyone's.
Yeah.
Going
Hold
back
on.
off.
So heading into the back office, you see not a whole lot. It's actually a fairly empty location. You see that there is a what looked to be at one point a plush swivel chair. It
Okay.
no longer looks so plush as moths have begun to eat away at it quite badly. There's a wooden desk that had a couple of drawers in it and a few filing cabinets.
Okay.
I'll drop
Gonna
silence.
look through the desk first.
Okay, so just roll an investigation check.
Absolutely.
There are a couple of things that are going to be a gimme and a few things you have to look for. Okay, so first off, looking through the drawers, on the very top one, you'd see that there is a bit of paper that looks like it was it's covered in something to keep it in good condition, as it doesn't appear to be too badly yellowed or fragile. It says something, and at the very top there's a word that has an exclamation point, and then it says something.
I look at it.
It basically says, "Notice to all operators, the rune plate to control the carriages must be brought home by the next scheduled operator."
The control blade has to be brought home by the next scheduled operator?
Yes. So basically, next guy who's supposed to have this thing is going to be taking it home with them, or should be taking it home with them.
Okay.
And looking through the rest of the drawers on the desk, it's not a lot that's particularly interesting. You would find a few what definitely look to be sheets of paper at one point or another, all not in as good condition as the previous one.
Okay. Gail's gonna kind of motion to Cal since Gail can't read any of this, and he's gonna go to the filing cabinet and see if there's anything of note.
Looking through the filing cabinets, you would see, well, with Cal next to you and translating, I'm assuming, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
We can't
That's what I'm
because
here for.
silence.
I
so-
drop silence.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
no,
Okay,
no,
okay.
silence is done. You said that a few minutes ago.
Yeah, sorry, I missed it.
You're fine.
So, Cal, by acting as translator, you would know that there is a small section that's listed as timesheet, and it lists various employees according to date. And there are a couple of other folders that are for what appear to be employees.
Uh,
Hey, Connor.
Yes.
If I take out my map, is there anything hidden in this building?
Interesting thought. No, there isn't. At least not that you can see.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Weird question.
Mm-hmm.
Would I know how they counted years, like how they marked years before the schism? You know how we have like AC, like BC and AD or whatever?
Yeah. It'd be. I can't use
I'm
that.
just curious.
I can't use that. I'll say yes because yes. I won't say it right now because I'm having trouble thinking of one that isn't going to be BS. And
This is some bullshit.
yeah, I know. I'll get back to you on that one. But yes, there is.
Okay.
And
I'm
you're
just-
wise. And you're wise. It's the same thing, more or less.
Okay. I'm just curious because, like, if there are like years and stuff on those papers, maybe I'm not
Oh,
there.
well,
so
With-
if there were years on these papers, they wouldn't be listed with,
Right. That's what I'm asking.
before Schism.
Right. That's what I'm
Uh,
asking if I knew how they did it before that. I don't think I would, but I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yes, you would be aware that there are various methods.
Okay. Cool.
So, stop. Cole, you were saying something, I think?
Jace was, I think.
Sorry, Jason.
yeah, no, I'm gonna ask Cal if he can find a name that sounds or looks like the name Theus.
I will do so.
You would not see a name Theus. Actually, roll me a quick investigation check, just for shits and giggles.
Okay. I'm so
God,
good
all
at
we know is his
investigation.
name.
Yeah, I'm great.
John. The John of this world.
Jesus
Real
Christ.
smart.
You see about 15 Theuses.
They're all Theus.
Damn it. Oh, I am Theus.
I'm Theus.
Too bad the really smart person is keeping watch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would say, like, after a while, the
I'm
thing
gonna
would wander away.
Yeah, I mean, if it wandered away, I would have gone into the office.
I'm still
Okay.
looking.
Yeah.
I'm careful.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
You would not find anybody by the name of Theus.
all right. I'll go
Theus.
keep watch. If you want to take one more look through all of this,
Yeah.
see if there's anything important like a last date or something saying something bad was happening.
Yeah,
Do it.
that's-
But other than that, I think we should get going here pretty quick.
Yeah. I want to take my own look around the room, and I want to also is there a painting on a wall? Or are there any hidden safes? I'm assuming this is an office, a
Yes.
head office, right? So I'm assuming there might be something there that the manager TM would want to keep.
the manager TM. Very interesting thought. Yes, there would be a safe below the desk. Unfortunately, the safe is empty.
Darn.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess
See, I'm not, I wanted it, I want to look, but since I wasn't
I'll
when they looked, I'm
help
not going
Rudy
to.
look since she's coming in.
Okay.
I know she's smarter.
Yeah.
That'll be an investigation check.
With advantage because I'm
Okay.
helping.
Well, you kind of have to play telephone to get the translation.
No,
so
it's
I'm basically
yeah,
not giving her disadvantage because you're helping.
Okay.
yeah, it's fine. Let's see if I roll like shit again.
Okay.
No, no, I
So,
didn't.
Erudite, you would find two things. One appears to be, with Cal's assistance. One appears to be the time guard for the person who was last here and was scheduled for the next day. And the next one appears to be a list of locations to send payments to, as in home addresses for the employees.
Okay.
And according to the paperwork, the last individual scheduled to work here was going to be Alana Tabua, and they live somewhere around here, or lived, I should say.
Okay. I'll tell this to Cal.
I mean, I tell this to you.
Yes.
I mean, you tell this to me. We work together, essentially. I pointed out, and he's like, "Okay, that's what this means."
you guys
Okay.
communicate.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Is this something we should look into?
Potentially. If we want to go check out the academy, whatever this thing is might be blocking the way. We might need the control panel to move the red line out of our way.
That does seem like a plan.
And
Connor,
it's on the way that
it-
Gail wanted to go anyway.
it's true. We should. Yeah. Connor,
Yes.
you said it had date on there.
It would have
It
a
had
date.
some-
Don't worry about the date.
Okay, I'm just curious because if it had a date, this is again starting to look a little bit like everybody kind of just up and left, really weirdly or something. This is starting to get that thought. Rudy is starting to get the thought.
I will give you the date and give you some more detail on that later. But
Okay.
I'll be honest here. That kind of date system hasn't really come. I haven't thought it over yet, but clearly
That's
I must.
fair, Connor. Hey man, you have a really
you
smart
s-
person who's sort of into that sort of thing. So.
You sent us to a pre-schism place and didn't think of pre-schism years.
I didn't think of the dating because I didn't give a shit.
But Erudite does. Okay.
So I marked out a rough path that we plan on taking just for future.
All right. That's.
Y'all are gonna go to
I
the
guess-
zoo.
We want to go to the zoo.
Have to see if any animals are left.
We want friends, Connor.
What time is it about now? Like, what time would it be? Like,
it is night. So I will say by about now, it's more or less maybe 11. You didn't spend a huge amount of time here.
okay. Perhaps I think this is everything. I'm going to. I want to carefully put these papers away, but don't. They look very old, and I was quite worried that they'll crumple.
I'll
I stare
point
at it
out.
for a minute.
I'll point out a majority of the papers in these folders are like the timesheets and the employee files. These
Yeah.
ones are all also treated just like that little notice paper you saw, Cal.
Okay.
So they don't look
Okay,
like
so
they'll be
they're
falling
not-
apart anytime soon.
So yeah, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna like hand all those like papers with all those that stuff to Gail to stick in the bag. At some point, I'm going to write it down when we like sit. I'm saying this now, so you know. But when we sit next, I'm going to write it down in my notebook, what I remember.
Got it.
Dea, are you still on watch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gail went to go do a watch as well.
Okay, Gail's with you. Okay, even better. I'll need a perception check without disadvantage from you, Gail.
Okay.
Dea, this is kind of a gimme because you have dark vision.
Do I have to roll then?
No, this is kind of tough to miss. Even
Okay.
Gail still missed it.
unfortunately, yes.
Gail's distracted.
On the lamppost across from where this building is, you see something kind of going land on top of it, and it kind of looks over in your direction. And you just kind of watch as it glows.
What?
Like it kind of glows a bit and then dims, and glows a bit and dims, and as it does so, it looks like a small dragon.
So a creature?
Yes.
It's
like actually I would say
We found a fairy dragon, guys. I want him.
no, it glows with like a pale yellow like candlelight.
Does it look alive or does it look like a machine?
It looks alive. It looks very much alive, and it's in game size wise, it is sized tiny.
I gently tap Gale on the shoulder, motion him to be quiet, and point at the creature
Okay. Gonna look at it.
so that Gale sees it too. Like, I'm not hallucinating.
I don't like that noise.
Does it look like it sees us?
Yes.
Oh.
Gail's gonna wave at it.
I give it a little wave as well. We both just kind of give it a little wave.
Turns its head to the side and looks at you.
And in Draconic, because it looks like a dragon, I'm gonna whisper, "Hello."
It kind of like jerks its head back surprised, and like does like it like kind of moves its head a bit like a pigeon. That kind of like turns it left, right, up, down, like really like moves its head fast. It kind of turns its head again, looks at you.
Come here.
It doesn't say anything.
Come here. She whispers in Draconic.
Roll handle animal. Just for the sake of it.
Please. 8.
It hops down from the lamppost and kind of stays in the middle of the street.
Gail's gonna pull out a piece of meat
It kind
from
of
one of his random food bags. It's
When he does that,
he's gonna hand it to Dea.
She holds it. She's like, "You want this?" In Draconic.
and it kind of like shakes its head back and forth like no.
Okay.
Gail's gonna pull out an orange.
Orange. You want this?
Shakes its head no.
Oh my god. I don't.
Try gold.
Gold. Okay.
Fucking pigeons. They're everywhere.
It was on. I pull out.
It glows a bit more.
It's glowing. I pull out one of my ball bearings because those are metal, right?
Yeah.
And I go, "You want this?"
Um.
I don't
That's
know.
interesting.
How shiny is a ball bearing?
They're typically pretty shiny.
Do
Just
I notice this?
No, you don't.
Sorry.
No, you don't. You're busy stealing stuff, aren't
Yeah.
you? Sorry.
Well, I stole all the things already, and how long is that supposed to take?
Well,
Well, that was during
this
the.
This is what these.
Oh,
this is what they're doing while you guys are doing that.
Oh,
Yeah.
because I thought
Yeah.
Gail was like being patronizing at me.
No.
He was like, after I rolled a 1 the second night, he just
Oh.
went on my shoulder.
Oh right.
I thought we were past that, and
Oh.
I was done.
Oh no. You're
I'm still.
Gail went off and helped them, and then went back over to do watch, and you, I'm assuming, kept kind of looking
Yep.
around for more things. I'll get back to you guys in a bit.
Yay.
You could try another animal handling.
Okay. There we go. It's an 11 now.
Jesus
You watch as
Christ.
it kind of hops towards you. It's about like 3 feet away now.
Oh my god. She's like
Its head down low and kind of looks at the thing.
she's like crouched down, like holding the ball bearing. Dale looks at Gale like, "Help!"
Ask him if he's hungry.
Are you hungry, little guy? She says into
Let me quickly check the two of yours inventories, just to see if you got what he wants.
Does he want some salt?
That was an interesting conclusion to jump to. No.
No salt lick, huh?
Okay. Yes. It nods its head yes, and kind of starts flying towards you.
Okay.
It's like a little bit of a flying hop, and it starts moving towards your bag.
She opens it for him. She takes out the filter of invisibility and like pockets it, but she lets him have anything else.
And start digging through the stuff. Okay. Everybody else, since I'm going to assume you're going to go back over to, like, you guys are going to go back to the guys doing watch, right?
Yeah, regroup,
Yeah, of course.
move forward.
Okay. You guys would see that there is a small dragon thing inside of Dea's backpack, and it is like picking things up and like tossing it out and looking for certain things.
Dea,
Shut up! Shush!
Dea.
I don't think this is the wise idea, sister.
So Dea.
I'm in.
And eventually, it pulls its head back out, holding a candle in its mouth,
it likes light.
and it kind of like it takes the candle, backs away a couple of feet away from you, as you got a set of like those little pillar candles, the small thick ones.
Yeah.
And it just kind of like backs away like a foot or two away from you, and just starts eating it.
Oh, it
Wait,
eats
what the
wax.
It likes wax, I
And
guess.
as it starts to eat more, it starts to glow more.
Oh no.
Powered
We
by
should leave.
wax!
That's a bad idea.
We should leave.
This is a great
Light will-
idea.
Light will attract the guards. I would
Nope.
rather not get into another fight. If you want to make it friend, give it candles and let's get out of here. We need to keep moving.
But this thing's here looks like it's been here. If they just see this light, then we can have some light following us that they'll probably ignore.
Wait, if he's been here, Dale.
What?
Do you think we could talk to him?
I've been trying. He doesn't respond, but he seems to maybe understand.
Boy, this is a tough one. Yeah, Michelle, I want you to roll Arcana with advantage. Just because
Oh, with
you have-
advantage?
because you have something that could make
Oh, I
you
do.
help make a leap in logic here.
Arcana?
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, cross your fingers. Okay.
It's a 27.
So
Not shabby.
you looked into your options when you were looking into summoning Snowball, and you know that particularly talented mages can summon something called a pseudo dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the other
And
thing.
what I thought.
visually,
Oh no.
this looks a lot like a type of a
Like a
pseudo dragon. But,
They're fey.
well, not
Right.
necessarily. They're dragons.
Mm.
They're classified as tiny dragons.
Okay.
But you've never heard of a pseudo dragon that glows like that.
Bend down. Saying draconic. You're a bit unusual, aren't you?
Do you have a master here?
It kind of backs its head up, looking a little offended.
No master. Okay.
If it's a dragon, it
Are
probably doesn't
you-
like to think anyone's in control of it.
Would you like to be our friend?
Do you have a name?
Turns its head to you, kind of like cocks it to the side like a dog does.
I'm gonna call him Squishy.
You watch as its frills kind of like extend as it looks confused, and it kind of flops back down and goes back to eating the candle.
Huh. Well, I couldn't do this. I wasn't nearly talented enough, but this could possibly be a pseudo dragon. I've never encountered one in my never. When I was studying, I never found anything that glowed like this, but he seems like one, and I don't know, it's possible.
What's the difference between a dragon and a pseudo dragon?
I don't remember.
I'm not following here.
Size and
That's
intelligence mostly. With the 27, they're pseudo dragons are smaller. They're not as smart. They can't talk.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And a lot of the times, they are almost always about like house cat size. And in fairness, intelligence wise, they can be as smart as some people, but they don't talk. But
Okay.
compared to a dragon, they don't even compare.
Could Gale do his like talkie with animal things on it?
It's not an animal. It's a dragon.
not.
Yeah.
Dragons aren't animals.
That's fair.
It doesn't talk, so that's why he's not answering us.
Maybe he'd
I
like to
think
get in the backpack and we could take it with us.
I mean, that's
If he's in the backpack, he's not let
Don't
up.
take its freedom from it.
It's I'm not
That's
trapping
not
I'm not
nice.
trapping it in there. It's just giving it a ride.
Friendship with Jim ended.
Ask if it can.
Put it in a sack, tie the knot.
No, no, it's
Ask
like
it
a
if
backpack
it can
cat.
ride on your.
Would you?
Yeah, you have to ask if it wants to ride on your shoulder.
Would you?
That's how you get them to ride with you. You don't put them in a bag.
What's
Just
it,
throw
it was
my
a
feet
to
right
ride.
agree with
there.
Gale.
Hmm?
I'm actually inclined to agree with Gale. I don't
I'm
think that.
not trying to put him in the bag. It's like giving him a ride.
Yeah, have them ride on your shoulder. That's a perfect place. Either way, I think we
Uh,
should start to get moving.
Cal, you were saying something?
Yeah, I'd say I just would throw my 2 cents out there again. I don't think it'd be a wise idea to have a beacon on our shoulder as we try to be stealthy. Especially if these things can't see in the dark. Having a light source on us would put us at a huge disadvantage.
Can it fly?
It
I
does.
mean,
It does. It's like a dragon. It has 4 legs and it has a set of wings that sprout from its back. It can clearly
I'm
fly.
saying this as a reasoning. Then why doesn't it just fly up occasionally, like right above us? That
Because
way.
it's its own free person.
Wait, maybe that's the light you guys saw earlier.
Oh yeah, there could be a few of these running around.
If it wants to help us, ask it if it knows where it knows a good way to the church for Manzan.
Dea asks, you know where the church of Amazrin is?
A Mazdan.
Amazden?
Turns its head to the side. Shakes its head back and forth.
Are you happy here?
It grabs hold of the candle it's eating and then shakes its head up and down and nods.
Alright.
We can make friends after the danger is past. Let's get moving.
I guess.
Lead it.
Just ask it if it wants to come with you, but we gotta get going.
We gotta get going, little buddy, so we'll see you around. She says to it, and she kind of.
It would then climb back into your bag and grab a couple more candles.
Yeah, that's all right, baby. You take whatever you want.
So you get rid of 3 candles from your inventory, as it takes 3 of them.
Where are my candles?
They are in your bag.
Uh-huh. I only have 2 left. I need to buy more candles. I need to find more wax.
And it'll just kind of take the candles and fly up into the rafters of this building and wait up there. You see the light kind of goes dim, and it just keeps eating.
Dea looks very sad and gives it a forlorn wave before we go.
We can come back for them once the danger's passed. But right now, while we're still in danger, I don't think it's wise to deal with it.
Yeah, I know. It's just cute.
All right. So, you guys gonna start heading towards the church or heading towards where the?
We're going to Alana's house.
Yeah, I think we're going to the house.
Gotcha.
We share with them everything we found.
Now, here's the question: are you going to go down the main road,
No.
or are you going to take some side roads?
Side roads, back
Okay.
alleys,
So, in that case,
staying away from like main travel.
I'll take some stealth checks from you guys. The DCs are much lower, and they're group checks. So basically, most of you need to do well. Yeah, just a
Okay.
stealth check.
Am I still invisible?
Alrighty.
I think
What were
so.
you gonna say,
wouldn't-
Jace?
It's an hour
fine.
though, so I don't know how long it takes, Connor.
To get from, well, let's see, I properly did that.
It only lasts for an hour, so
As the crow flies, it'd be only about a mile.
as the crow flies. Jesus Christ.
So, following the roads, it'd be about 2.
I don't know how to fly, Connor.
Shut up. God damn it. Of course. Also, you're not a druid.
It's a shitty joke, Connor.
I know, it is a shitty joke.
Children.
About 2-mile walk,
So that's like half an hour.
ish, yeah.
So yeah, the invisibility.
By the time you're showing up there, it'll be going away.
So I can do it with.
Sorry, did not mean to do that at advantage.
So I can
It's
do it
still a
normally.
19. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I do normally.
Damn, Ro with the nat 20 on the stealth.
I mean, we all had pretty good stealth, honestly.
Ro is
No,
the
no.
knight.
She's 3 feet tall. It's kind of easy to miss her.
Ro has just
She does
taken a
have great
garbage
feet,
can,
though.
emptied it out, and is now wearing it on top of her head and climbing and just walking around with that.
It's fair.
She's pulling a solid snake.
Yeah.
As we're leaving, Morgan's gonna like poke Ro in the back of the head and go, "Oi, that bag. I need it back."
Funny words for someone who chucked it at my literal head. Now you're being all friendly trying to get it back, huh?
Just hand it over, please.
Now that's no way to ask for something you want.
I gave her
Oh.
10 gold.
You know, normally this would work. But the fact that you want it so bad makes me think maybe I shouldn't give it to you.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
This is brutal.
Don't worry, I'll keep it
I'm
safe.
gonna roll sleight of hand
Nope.
with mage hand. What?
She's looking at you.
Yeah, and she's not looking at my mage hand, which can be invisible beyond level 5.
That's true, actually.
This is true, but you're talking about the pouch.
Is she looking at it? I made a
I
mistake.
mean-
It was out of character. I'm trying to rage rate. Fix it.
It's
I just fine.
look,
never
dude.
mind. Get it.
It's you're actively talking about it, and 9 times out of 10, when I'm actively talking about something, I'm looking at it in some way. You can still try, but you'll have disadvantage.
Listen, I've been rolling shit all day.
I know. I know.
Hey, you had a decent stealth check.
You did.
So not all day. And you got decent sleight of hand.
Fuck Joe!
Okay.
Not
Sure.
you, Joe. Sorry, I'm not good today.
It's
Okay.
Kate.
You would manage to very carefully slip it away from her. I'm not terribly sure how this would work, considering you're actively talking about it, but you have the pouch now.
I guess it'd be like that
Consider-
sometimes.
She's just gonna drop the coin in her hand and go, consider that payment. I don't fucking know what she would say. I'm not good at this game, guys. She's just gonna drop the 10 gold in her hand and walk away. I'm tired.
Ro's gonna pull a Hawkeye, where she has her hand on her gun and she's gonna go, no one would know. I could do it, no one would know.
I would know!
We would
I
all
probably
know. We're literally right here.
Okay, you'd know, but you know what? No, I won't say that.
Who would care? Who would care?
Jesus.
Wow.
Okay.
Y'all are brutal to each other.
That's Kate being brutal to herself.
I'm not feeling good today.
All right. So you guys are going to start making your way down the alleyways. Alleyways and back roads, I should say, because you're not just like, walking through alleys.
Is there a reason why we want to go to the main roads?
It's up to you.
I would
It's
That's
a more
sort of
dir-
this group.
It's a more direct route to. Well,
It's also more likely to get seen.
yeah. It's more likely to be patrolled. So at least in this case, it's probably about the same amount of time to just take the side streets.
Let's just take the side streets. Be careful.
All right. So you're going to take the back roads?
Yep.
All right. So, making your way down the back roads of this place, all of you did really quite well with stealth checks. Is that everybody? Yeah, that's everybody. Okay. You guys would begin making your way along the back roads until eventually you hit a point right around here. And around that point, the individuals with high perception, so Cal definitely, Becca and Kate Morgan still has high perception despite,
Yeah, she's got a 17.
yeah, it's still high. You guys would know that further up ahead, past this location where the road looks like it caved in at some point, there is what looks like a wooden bridge that has been built that makes up this intersection now. And you can hear faintly these kind of like yowling and snapping noises, like "Meow!" and then like things biting at each other.
Does it sound like a cat or does it sound like gnolls or
Cat-like.
I'm gonna
Gnolls are a bit more. It's a different sound. Trust me on this one. Because I just realized that technically you wouldn't really know what a gnoll would sound like, would you?
I don't know what they sound like in general.
I don't even know what
I
those are.
just
Like hyenas.
yeah.
So, creepy.
I'm gonna gesture to the others and push forward.
Does it sound
what's
like the
noise?
dragon that we just encountered?
No.
No, that one
No,
kind
they-
of chirped.
They sound a lot more feline. This was the best way you could put it.
Again, push forward.
Alright, let me just grab the tokens.
Gonna
Oh yeah.
hang back a smidge.
Oops, shit. So you guys are gonna hang back a smidge. You guys are all doing your own things. Okay, that should work. So, you find yourselves near what looks to be an intersection in the road that has collapsed fully. There is a wooden rope bridge that is now going across it. And down at the very bottom of that pit, the individual's dark vision. So unfortunately, not you, Gale. You can see that there is what looks like a brick pillar that's been built up to help support these bridges.
How strong do the bridges are partially collapsed? You said.
The road collapsed. The bridges are in fairly good condition.
Okay, so
And
like
quite big.
if I walked across, I wouldn't fall through.
You feel safe in saying that.
Okay.
Does the bridge also look like overgrown and stuff, or does it look more recent?
It looks, compared to the other things you've been seeing, more recent.
Something built this.
Gonna look around for the source of those yelps. Can we see them?
I'm gonna.
Or do I have to like stealth forward? Scout a little bit?
I need more or less both. I need a stealth check and a perception check.
Okay, she's gonna stealth forward. Okay, she's not gonna stealth forward. That's a nat 1.
I think you're super stealthy.
Perception check.
14.
Okay.
I mean, even with a nat 1, it's a 10 stealth.
It doesn't matter. It's still a natural 1, dude. So you realize that to properly get a view, you'd probably have to step on the bridge at least once. And you begin moving forward towards the bridge, and as you step onto the first plank, it lets out this loud... It makes this big creaking noise. And then you hear the yelling kind of stop for a bit, but you do manage to get a brief glimpse of something almost panther-like inside of this, what looks like a pen. They're large chunks of wood, like logs, that have just been stuck into the ground, making a pen.
Here?
Yes, over here.
Okay. I'm in danger.
And the noises stop.
It just kind of looks back at the group with like a grimace, like.
I'm gonna wave her back and simultaneously approach stealthily. So I should roll stealth. Can I do that?
I'll move
You guys
back.
can move your tokens if you want.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay back.
Whoops. Come on. Stupid
What do
thing.
I have prepared?
Would I be able to? I'm gonna stealth forward, and I'm gonna see if I can like stealth onto the bridge. Cause
It's stealth check.
all right. That's a nat 20 over there. I'm gone. I forgot to turn off.
Also, yeah.
I forgot it
ignore
was.
that.
Yeah.
But it's still a
forgot
natural 20, so you are gone. You are pretty
No one
securely on
sees
the
her.
bridge, making no noise.
It won't let me put me in the middle of the bridge. So
I know.
I'm just gonna be-
If you want to do that, hold down Alt, and just set your token
Where's
down.
my alt key? Oh, there we go.
It's next to the space key.
I don't. Are you crazy, Connor? I'm fucking stupid.
Come
Oh,
on,
you're not,
dude.
Kate.
So that's like 60. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
It's
so-
within. I believe it is within your. I almost moved your token.
Okay.
Let's see.
Do I see it?
It's just about in there.
Okay.
So you would see, within this pen are a small group of these kind of black panther-like creatures, but they all have these odd like tendrils that stick out from behind their back and shoulder blades.
What the fuck?
And like all of them clearly seem to have like ropes tied around their necks, keeping them inside the pen.
Hey guys, remember when we fought crabs?
Are they the same tendrils?
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
No, because the tendrils on the crabs were mutated fish,
Oh yeah, no. These are clearly
and that was a different cause.
on the body. Like it is.
can
No, I'm
I-
just saying. Remember when things were easy? Easy,
Oh.
quote unquote.
Yeah.
Will my stealth would my stealth still carry over to me getting within range of detect magic? Of
I'd imagine
any
so. It depends just entirely upon how close you get.
It's a 30-foot range for the closest one. And I think I see him. So I'm going to try and go forward. Hopefully my nat 20 will let me.
Yeah, it's just like, as long as you don't go here, like, I don't care.
Oh, no, I'm not that dumb.
Yeah, it just depends on where you place yourself.
I'm going to go here because that's close enough, I think. Yeah, that's close enough to look at them. And I'm going to keep my...
Ringing.
What?
No, my ear just started ringing. I don't know why.
It'd be like that sometimes.
I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna stick my goggles on my face because I'm a big disgrace.
Jeez. These creatures do appear to have some inherent type of magic to them, but it doesn't appear like an enchantment. It just looks like it's something that
They're naturally
they
magic.
have.
Do I know what type?
I'm looking that up right now. It is illusion.
Yes, it is.
As an arcane trick, yeah, there's nothing there. I was about to say I'm supposed to know all these illusion magic, but like...
I mean, you can try. I won't say no.
Okay. Try what though?
It'd be an Arcana check to try and know what
Sure.
these things are,
Um.
because they aren't
Yeah.
entirely natural.
Okay. No.
You aren't too sure.
Guess I'll die.
So we'll hold on to you for a second. What is everybody else doing?
I don't
Mercy's
know.
where she's standing.
Do we know which direction we have to go, left or right?
You'd probably have to go left and then straight.
We'd have to pass them.
Yeah.
Essentially. I think we're gonna be fighting these dudes.
You can just try to stealth past them.
Sure.
True.
Should we try just going around?
I'm going.
Like,
Oh,
backtrack or...
Hold off for a second, Morgan.
yep. Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, because if I'm looking at the map correctly, we can just avoid the entire pit to the right and go around. Or is that a wall?
Let me double check the map.
Because I'm looking at that area right there.
You very well could, but that would mean probably cutting through a couple of buildings to do so, or going back onto the main road.
I'd rather avoid this altogether, personally.
They don't seem too friendly. They're probably very hungry.
So, Morgan,
Yes.
from your position, you hear a couple more noises coming from inside the nearby building with the knockdown door.
It's coming
And you
inside
see-
the house.
This one. This
God,
house.
yes. The only one that is mapped out.
Okay. Well. These...
No, I mean it's a fair question.
Okay.
And this is within your sight. You can see that on that door that is down. You see what looks like a set of nails, a hammer, and a couple of hinges. And first, you see coming out from a back room where you notice a slight smell, almost like cooking meat, maybe. You see what looks to be a larger one of these creatures, but this one has like this kind of barding on it. This like leather and metal gear that's been
Barding?
placed on. Yes, that's the term for like horse armor. It's barding.
You mean like tack? Okay.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, tack and
I don't
armor. Okay.
I don't know what tack is.
That's
Tack is the
not
stuff that you
armor.
put on a horse, like the harness and the saddle and stuff like that.
Oh,
And,
okay,
like, the
no,
bridle.
it's not necessarily tack. It is literally it's armor. It's barding. It's something to make it a bit more sturdy.
I was a horse girl as a kid. Morgan's gonna.
Let me keep going.
Okay. Sorry.
And stepping out from behind, from that back room where you can smell the cooking meat, is a very large individual, about 10 feet tall, with this kind of gray-blue colored skin and these wild yellow eyes and really greasy-looking hair. He's wearing what looks like this kind of like a brown, ragged cloak, and you do see what looks like to be one big horn sticking out of the center of his head.
What? You broke up. One big horn and what else?
Yeah, one big horn sticking out of the center of his head. He does have what looks like a large glaive to be attached to his back.
Is this Ghost Gale? You said a horn? You said a cloak? You said a glaive?
I said a single horn from the center of his head. And also, he is very clearly not a reindeer.
Okay. I'm gonna cast message back and go,
Just come back.
there's a lot here. And then I'm going to turn, and then I'm going to back the fuck up.
You would hear the creature start to talk.
What?
He goes.
Oh, okay.
It starts to go. Shido, why are you making so much noise?
I'm going to stand very, very still. Actually, can I cast invisibility on myself?
You certainly can.
Yes, I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
Fuck this.
You do so.
Oh, this is a mistake.
You just stop dead still and then go, and you turn invisible.
Do I need to throw the thing out?
No, just knock it off your sheet.
Yes.
So you are now classified as invisible.
And I am going to stand as still as possible.
I'm sure I heard something around here. Be a good boy and go get your friends to stop making so much noise. And you watch as this little creature, this little cat thing. I shouldn't say little. This thing is actually about the size of a large dog. It is size large. So this thing begins making its way back over towards the pen, and you watch this kind of start snapping at the others and making growling noises, and they all kind of start getting quieter. You watch as he walks out from the door.
Magic?
What was that?
Can ogres see through magic?
You don't know.
We'll find out. Oh my god, your nervous laughter.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone nervous laugh like that.
Okay.
By the way, Jess, where's Jill in all of this?
Jill's here, but eating.
Did she go get Ron?
She's probably not gonna come back tonight, just because she only slept like 3 hours, if that.
She's dead.
Yeah, she's dead. I looked at her earlier and said, "You're in a half stupor," and she looked at me and said, "Excuse you, I am in a full stupor."
No, I said I'm a whole stupor.
There you go.
Not a half stupor.
So she'll probably be out. She said,
Jill, stop being dead.
She said, and I quote, "I give you permission to Jaeger row," which
I figured. Don't worry.
And that means I just shooty.
No, you can do more than that.
Rudy Tooty point and shooty.
Throw her into the fire. I don't give a shit.
Oh, Jill.
Jill, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for earlier. I've been snippy all day. But yeah, we're all gonna die.
Well, we might be able to avoid a fight, so...
I would like to... I don't know if she can see, but I would like to try and gesture for Morgan to try and come back.
You guys don't see this though, right?
No.
We saw
We saw you go...
Dea,
well, I saw you go invisible anyway.
Dea and Mercy from their positions definitely would have seen you do some quick gestures and then disappear.
Oh jeez, it's also verbal too. Oh jeez.
Then you had a natural 20 in your stealth check. I'm going to give it to you.
Okay, thank you. Oh my god, I can't do anything. Fuck, this is a mistake. I'm gonna. Okay, so they saw me go invisible. I don't think I've cast it.
You don't know if they did.
No, I thought you just said that.
Sorry. You're talking about your teammates. Yes, your teammates saw you go invisible. I thought you were referring to this guy.
Okay. They can't. If I tried to gesture to them, I'm gonna back up a little bit. Not onto the bridge, because that might creak, but I'm gonna back up this way. Wait, that's in this direction-ish. Because I don't want to switch things right now. Like,
Gotcha. So you start backing up towards the nearby ruined building that appears to have collapsed slightly.
I'm gonna climb the building.
You could certainly do that. Now, you watch as this blue-skinned creature just kind of starts like looking around and
Oh God.
Oh no.
There's something here.
Oh,
And I'll point out, the individuals with high perception over here definitely hear that.
I'm so glad Morgan doesn't have a nervous laugh.
So,
no,
is
this
there
is totally
anything-
Kate.
Is there anything that you guys over here would like to do?
Cal will probably say, sounds like as a person should be
We,
trying to
I
negotiate."
motioned. No, I motioned, and we're like, we're backing up. We're going.
but Morgan's not with us.
She's invisible. She'll have to come on her own.
So we need to go this way though. So we need to
We'll go
go around
around.
this way.
Okay.
Stop talking. Go. Gale, lead the
Morgan,
way.
from your position,
Mm-hmm.
you watch as the blue-skinned man, almost like gravity just kind of stops. He just kind of starts floating upward.
What?
What the fuck?
Here's the thing. I know Jace knows exactly what this thing is.
I think Jace is known from like, I mean, he knows what those animals are too because he said something earlier.
He does.
I know what those are. I'm not quite sure what this guy is, but
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Oh,
anyway.
okay.
Oh,
yeah,
I don't like this.
and I may know.
And you just watch as he kind of like floats up towards the top of the building, and then puts his hand onto the roof and pulls himself up slightly.
Yeah, we're not gonna be able to get away from
And
this.
he
guys.
does look over in your position, guys.
Does Gale sees him and he does look massive, doesn't he?
He is 10 feet tall.
I'm just gonna take a wild guess and say roll an initiative.
In giant, Gale's gonna go.
Hello.
Greetings, friend.
Hmm?
We seem to be a bit lost.
I can see that.
Very cool.
He will respond in giant to you as well. He goes, I can see that. Very interesting.
Oh no.
What's he saying, Gale?
Nice to see another of my kind, brother.
What?
Brother.
It's good
What?
to,
Brother.
good to
Why'd
see
you do
someone
that?
who's actually my height for once. Honestly,
begins
there's a
Walking out to
temple
open
that's
air.
around. Okay. There's a temple that's around here. We're looking for it. It's supposed to be near the center of town. Do you happen to know where a good way to get around whatever this is?
If you're referring to my collapsed road, yes, you can simply take my bridge. It would be very unneighborly for me to say that you can't do so. Tell me, what is your name?
My name's Gale. What is your name, friend?
Morgan Cadmo.
I am Uron. It's very
Uron.
nice to meet you.
It's very nice to meet you as well. Tell me, have you lived here long?
Oh, I've lived here for a very long time.
We have no idea what he's saying.
No,
No one else does. Does anyone else know giant?
Do you know?
No.
Do you know what? Have you just been living here by yourself for a while, or did other people just recently live? I know there's lots of houses. It looks like.
Wait, I can understand. I can read its lips.
You could read its lips in giant.
Yeah. Wait, with my glasses on, I can
glasses.
understand it.
I forgot we did rule that for these classes, didn't
Mhm.
we? Okay, you can understand what he's saying. You can't see Gale as he is facing away from you.
I mean, that's fine. I only care what he says anyway.
They've been gone for a very long time. And I've been here for a very long time.
Fair enough.
Although you don't look like you're from here.
We're not. We just showed up the other day.
Interesting.
Yeah, we heard of this place. I had a friend tell me about the garden that was over here. Said something about he'd seen it personally, was one of his favorite spots. But garden doesn't quite look like he described it anyway.
Hmm. Well, that's interesting. I knew there was another around here somewhere, but I haven't seen him in some time. I do have the feeling he's still around.
What was his name?
Never learned it. Not much for conversation, you see.
I understand that. Most people look at anyone who's bigger than them and they run or they try and throw something at you, to be honest.
Oh, I can understand that. Most aren't too kind towards Oni, so.
Well, I don't see a reason why, to be honest. Don't know if I've ever run into specifically an Oni, but just because you're big doesn't mean that you're scary.
Well, in fairness, I am a bit scary.
Yeah, you're a bit, but they're dragons. Those are pretty scary.
I can agree with that. They can be scary, although the little pseudo-dragons that fly around here are anything but.
Yeah, they seem pretty nice. Big
Now, you and the rest, you guys and the rest of the group would see as the large creature just kind of sits down on the bridge, just kind of lays there, puts his head on its paws, and looks at you guys.
And there goes my chance of sneaking back onto the bridge.
You very well could have started moving your token. I wouldn't have said anything.
I give the little
it's
monster
fine.
dog a wave, like, hi there.
It is a cat.
Cat,
It's
monster
panther.
cat. Like a little nervous wave.
Uran, while we're going around here, I'm sure you probably got everything you need, but as we're going to the center of town and everything, is there anything that you need?
Oh, is there anything I need? Well, that's a very interesting question. I haven't been asked that in a very long time. At the moment, I don't think I need very much. I'd like to be able to find my way out of here one day. But aside from that, I don't think I need very much.
Well, that's understandable. If there's anything that you do think of while we're here, or if we find a good way to leave this place, I'm sure we could stop by and let you know.
No, I don't think there's very much that you should pick up from me. Please. It wouldn't be very kind of me to just allow you to pass by my home without offering you something to eat. Tell me, are you all hungry?
I think we could eat.
Gil, what is he saying? Gil, what's going on?
None of us know what's going on.
I know.
Oh, do y'all want something to eat? This is Uran. He's a very neighborly person.
You are most generous. I'll say
I
in
think
common.
we should probably be on our way, though.
That's kind to hear from you.
Morgan.
It
who-
would be rude to deny him his request, though. Would be happy to dine with you, if that is what you wish.
We found
Morgan.
Cal's new boyfriend.
Oh my fucking god. Morgan, who has been watching all of this, not understanding any of the common or any of the giant, and seeing a cat walk in front of her, has been invisibly gesturing in confusion. What the
So none
fuck,
of us-
guys?
None of us see it.
Just wanted to make
Dale's
sure that
gonna
was known.
kind of insight check that last
Yeah, please. do.
asking for dinner.
Thank fucking Christ.
I'm like, I'm not gonna blindly accept this.
Can I do that too? Since
This
I can
feels-
understand him.
Yes, you can make an insight check on that, you guys.
Oh
my God,
Nat 20 for
Dale.
Gale.
At the moment,
Feels bad.
he is just being neighborly and offering you some dinner.
Okay. I seems genuine.
I will say, Gale,
Mm-hmm.
you get the feeling that he is very curious why or how you're here.
Oh,
Mhm.
no.
He wants to get off, didn't he? Say that, well, out of character, he said
We
he
don't
wants
know
to get
that,
off.
but yeah.
We're
I
gonna
can help
tell
him
right
with
here.
that.
We can get off anytime we want.
Kind host, what would we be eating?
Well, I managed to find a couple of those apes that were wandering around in
Apes.
what used to be the zoo.
I've never had it before. That is very kind that you'd share some with us.
It's a bit chewy. You have to stew it for some time. But your friend there was also curious about the church, correct?
Aye.
It's a little ways away, but I know where it is.
Well, don't see if we get a bite to eat and have a small bit of conversation, then we'll head that way with your kind and generous information.
Well, if you're looking to avoid a fight, I'd recommend you stay away from the watchdogs that they have wandering around here.
Is he talking in
You
common?
mean the
He's speaking common now.
Okay.
you mean the friends with the bells?
Yes.
You know anything about their boss? What they're guarding?
The boss.
They've got to be working for someone, right?
That would be correct. At one point, they listened to the sages and the councilmen here. They're gone now. But if you manage to find one of their mantles and you walk around with that, and he just kind of holds up a wrist that has what looks like this kind of like decorated bit of cloth that may actually be like a mantle with a hood on it, but he's just like put around his wrist.
Oh, it's a mantle, like a.
Like the cloak mantle.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen anyone wearing one of these mantles in the last 10 or so years?
Well, can't rightly say that I notice anything different. Sheob here has been acting a bit odd, though.
Who?
He points down at the feline-like creature.
Shay?
Sheob.
Shay.
What a beautiful name.
isn't it?
But
He's a lovely little creature too.
Oh my god.
And he'll float down near it and kind of like pet it behind the ears.
Morgan backs up. Like, here.
I figured.
Gale's gonna start moving forward. Start going across the bridge.
Okay.
I'll follow.
Yeah, Dale waits for Gale to go in front of her, and
Yeah, for sure.
she's like, "You lead the way." Okay.
The Oni will stop flying, land on the ground,
Morgan.
and he'll
When
kind of
Gale-
like, he'll click his fingers over towards Sheob, and he'll then turn towards him and begin to heal.
Okay. So as Gale's kind of getting close, he'll make sure that he locks eyes with Sheob and kind of give him a bow as well. Sign of respect.
I'm just following Gale's lead.
Continue along.
Yep. Gale's in
Morgan!
Gale's the boss.
No. Morgan is going to climb the roof behind her as sneakily as possible
Okay.
and try not. I don't know. Oh yeah, giant monster thing appears. Suddenly owes us dinner. Yeah, I don't trust like that.
Would you like to have us for dinner?
Yeah, we're gonna get eaten.
It's fine. Calm down.
Gale or no Gale.
So what's the Oni's name again? I missed that part.
It is Uron. Urron. Uron. Uron.
So Uran,
Yes.
you were here when everyone else disappeared.
Some left. Others tried to stay.
What happened?
Oh,
People stopped answering their calls. Simple as that.
Their calls?
Yes. Their gods stopped answering and people panicked.
the schism.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was this a religious city?
As religious as any. They worshipped their fair share of gods. Spoke to and were visited to by a few others as well. But once they went away, they panicked. Eventually, enough of them left, and I could walk around freely. Finally.
I guess
Well,
I didn't like you much.
They liked me about as much as they liked any other exhibit at the zoo.
were
You
you
were
kept
an
there?
exhibit?
Yes.
That's
How
To both of
horrible.
your questions.
that's awful. What the fuck?
Did he say he was an Oni in common, by the way?
No.
I
No,
don't think
okay.
so, no.
Okay. I'm just because I wanted to see if I could do a check to see what I know about them, but if he didn't, then I'm not going to.
Acrobatics check. Morgan.
Oh, okay. Yes. I'm so sorry.
So never mind.
Oh no.
Oh, don't worry. So you would be able to climb up onto the building very slowly and very carefully as you're trying to stay as
Yeah,
quiet as
go away.
possible.
I'm gonna and like I know I'm invisible, but I'm still like hiding.
All right,
Because
just
I
do me
don't-
just do me a perception check as well. If you're so
Me
kind.
too. Okay. Oh my god, please. Not good enough.
Okay, you would with that perception check, you'd be aware that there are a couple of spots on this roof that are not okay to step on.
Oh yeah.
Several of the shingles look like they could fall out, and a couple of spots look like they could even cave in.
Yeah. Avoiding all those, she's gonna back away and hide. And now walk away. I don't know.
And we're walking.
And we are avoiding this.
Nonetheless. Sorry, was I saying something? I forgot.
Just that you were able to achieve your freedom once enough of them had left.
Oh, right. Yes.
Why would they imprison you? You have been nothing but hospitable to us.
I'm simply being neighborly, and it'd be rude to be impolite to new neighbors.
We wouldn't want that.
And I suppose they wanted me there as an exhibit because I am noteworthy. Something to be looked at.
Just because there's something to look at doesn't mean you need to be kept in a cage.
Yeah. Too true, friend, too true. Including Sheob here. Him and his kind were kept in their cage for a while.
What is Sheob?
A displacer beast.
Ah.
Oh.
I have no idea what that is.
Well, it
Out of
is
character,
truly
I
a
do.
majestic creature. And I am honored and delighted that you have let us be so close to yours.
Connor,
Yes.
can I roll to see if I know what a displacer beast is?
Sure, that'd be an Arcana check.
Okay. I'm only asking the things that I've heard, so
I know.
I'm being fair.
You definitely would have read about them at some point. They're almost always extraplanar creatures in some way. Like they come from some other plane and they just kind of pop up occasionally. And all you know is that they can be tough to hit at times and stuff like that, as they are naturally unstable in their position.
Okay. Thank you.
So, shall we eat then?
Yes. Please, come inside. And he gestures over towards the building.
I would just like to do one more insight check to make sure he's not be like, come into my trap.
Sure.
Yeah, Daya's gonna insight as well, because she's very... Oh, well, it's a 12.
I got 25.
All right. So, making your way inside the building. I will say, with the inside checks, he appears to be offering you some dinner. That does generally appear to be what he is doing right now.
Morgan,
I like the
follow.
And as for everything else, he keeps saying that he's being neighborly, and he is definitely doing this to be polite and nice.
Mm-hmm.
As for whether or not he has anything else he is planning to do, you're not sure.
Mm-hmm.
But you get the feeling he really wants to know how you got there.
Morgan is gonna stay outside, and she's going to shoot a message to Cal with message. Wait, no, I can't do that. No, I can't do that. Never mind. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna. Okay, Connor. This is something that we probably would have known by using the communication discs.
Mm-hmm.
If I call someone, how audible is that to other people?
Fairly audible.
All right, who's the farthest away? Okay, fuck me.
Fairly audible, as in like most people within like a good 30 to 60 feet would be at least able to pick up on it, provided they're not deaf. It's like a phone ringing. You'll hear it.
Okay. Hey, Michelle, does Rudy have a communication?
Nope. I've already said it like 1,000 times. Rudy does not have a communication disc. Rudy and Maddie are the only two that do not have one currently.
This is very bad. Because
It's all bad.
Your teammate just disappeared and no one cares. Okay.
I mean, we
Isn't
don't want to
What
bring
do
up
you want us to
points.
do about it?
No, that was a joke. I'm sorry. That was a joke. I'm trying to. Okay, if Cal's in the building,
I will go
like,
inside.
I'm
Because that's what
gonna
he wanted us
call-
to do, right?
I'm.
Yep.
Is
I'm
he
gonna
inside
call him-
yet?
You guys can go inside.
Alright.
And
before after Cal gets inside, but before the Oni dude gets inside, she's gonna call him and say,
I'm gonna not pick up. Just like put it on silence if that's an option.
you just hang up then.
Yep.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah. No.
Don't want to risk it.
The minute your
Sorry.
communication disc makes a noise, you just turn it off.
"Great, awesome, cool. Sorry,
Don't wanna-
sorry.
Annoy our guest, fam.
You are the guest, though.
Or
Yeah, we don't want to
friend.
piss him off.
Yeah, just wait, just calling before I go then.
Don't annoy the host.
So,
Yeah.
Uron would lead you all over towards a location where he then takes a few tables that appear recently made, and like kind of puts them all together. And he offers you a few chairs that also appear to be well made, and would set down a few dishes, and would look at you all and go, "If you would be so kind as to give me a few minutes."
Kana, does Mercy know what kind of wood it is?
Come on, that's what you're asking.
It's a nice cedar.
It appears to be a pine.
Hey, Connor.
Connor's just like, I hate you.
Does he have any
Yes.
candlesticks around?
You gonna steal his candle?
No, actually, he would. You would see that there are a couple of braziers.
Braziers?
Yeah,
Yes.
the things where people could put like coals
Braziers.
and stuff like that. Braziers.
There are braziers? I
Yes.
wonder if he'd let me do a find familiar.
You could ask.
Oh.
I might. This is as good a place as any.
Huron, would
To
you
be
like
honest
any
with you.
assistance?
Oh no, I think I should be just fine. Thank you.
Figured I'd offer.
Appreciate it. So he steps away back into the kitchen. Shayob sits down by the entrance to the kitchen. Is there anything you guys want to do?
Gail?
Hmm?
He speaks... Would I know that was giant? Actually, you know what? Never mind. What language was that?
Oh, that was giant.
So he's a giant?
No, he's an Oni. Well, he's kind
Can
of
I
a
roll?
giant. He's big.
I mean, yes, he's
Anything
quite
big's
big.
got a big giant. That's just kind of a rule.
He's big. He's big giant.
I wasn't aware that was a rule, but
I mean,
Okay.
the name is giant in the language. It figures only things that are big would speak it.
Yeah.
that's... Can I roll to see if I know what Oni is now?
Sure, you can roll an Arcana check.
While they're doing this, Cal will call out to her. May
Nope.
I pet
Okay.
your... May I pet Shayob?
I would be careful.
Unfortunately, I do not know what an Oni is. I've never come across it in my studies. I don't like that.
I'm going to try and pet Shayob.
Okay.
Carefully, because he said be careful. Did say no.
So as you begin making your way over towards Shayob, like once you get within about 10 to 5 feet of him, like he does kind of look at you and like he's kind of, you see the hair on his back kind of bristle a bit.
I stop, just sort of
He looks at you.
show my palms that like I'm empty-handed, just trying to be friendly. And wait till he settles down a bit before I try to pet him.
Okay, it takes about a minute for him to finally settle down.
That's fine. Trying to be nice. Please
Yeah.
our host and his companions.
Yeah, it takes. Roll an animal handling check. If you'd be so kind.
I am fairly wise, so here's hoping.
Uh huh.
Not bad. 11.
Not great.
Well,
He,
above
like,
10.
It takes about 5 to 10 minutes, but after that, he finally just kind of like he does like the grumpy cat thing where like it sits
Mhm.
down and lets you pet it, but like it's like eyeing you down like
One wrong
I'm
move,
letting-
motherfucker.
yeah, like I'm letting you do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also,
that's fair.
R.I.P. by the way.
Oh, grumpy
R.I.P.
cat.
Oh yeah, that's sad.
Uh,
I guess
for
while
my-
we're sitting here, Eridate's going to pull out her book and write all the stuff down from before.
Gotcha.
The houses, the addresses and stuff, and whatnot.
Oh, okay. You can do so.
From
Yeah.
my vantage,
Take a bit of
petting
time to do that.
the displacer beast, can I see what he's doing in the kitchen?
Yeah, this place appeared to have been at one point a cafe or some type of a restaurant. So you can actually see like that little window where people would typically like serve up plates.
Mm-hmm.
And like towards like you only see his back as he is cooking on a stove,
Mm-hmm.
facing away from the rest of the restaurant. Um, but you can see like towards the front is what looks like the carcass of a giant ape, or more accurately, a gorilla.
Mm-hmm.
It looks, for the sake of not describing a cut to pieces animal, it looks
Mhm.
like it has been very well
Butchered?
carved up and butchered. Yes. A majority of the meat on like the arms and chest has been stripped away, and it appears to be mostly gone. And after a few moments, eventually Uran would return with several large plates of this kind of dark, almost reddish meat. Several of which are cut into like strips or like tenderloins, others that are cut into steaks. And it doesn't smell bad.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, smells quite nice and almost kind of smoky, almost like veal. But this was a gorilla.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is very close to almost cannibals.
Meat's back
but
on
it-
the menu, boys.
Oh no. And Uran will look at you all and go, please, feel free to eat up. I'll be making my own plate in just a moment.
I will wait for Uran to come
Appreciate
up
it.
because it's only polite.
Okay, you do so. Maddie appears to kind of be taking note of the meat and wondering why there's no side to it. As at the moment, it's just meat.
Oh, Maddie.
I'm going to quietly whisper to Gale since he's back in the kitchen. Should we offer him some oranges?
I was going to do that
I'll let you
until
do
he
it.
comes back. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. And a little while after, he does come back, and on his plate, you see that he's got a much larger one for himself, and a second one that he brings down to Sheob. But on his plate, you see what looks like the skull of the gorilla, as well as several large chunks of meat.
Cool.
Please feel free, dig in.
I will do so.
Just gonna dig in and Uran, do you like oranges?
Can't really say I've had one. Not
What?
in a while.
If we're being neighborly, I've got a couple, and he's gonna grab two out of his out of the bag of holding. I brought a couple of these.
I appreciate it. I'll gladly take a few if you'd be so kind.
Sure,
One
no
or two
problem.
would be more than enough.
All right, you got both of these. There you go.
He will take the oranges and set them aside. Is there anything you guys would like to have a conversation with Uran about?
Yeah, actually, I am kind of curious about something.
Okay.
I can't remember. Did we mention the other guy in giant or in common? That was just a giant.
That was a giant.
Sorry, go on, Matt.
Yeah.
Uran, are you? Is there anyone else here besides you? Besides all the robots, or not robots? Besides all the whatever those things are, they aren't human or humanoid or anything like that. I mean, is there anything else?
I don't know if you heard me say this or understood me saying it, but I could have sworn that there was another somewhere around here. Something
Dea kind of perks up at that.
human adjacent.
Huh?
But I think they've been here for a while.
Like
Huh?
10 years or so?
As long as I've been here.
As long.
As long?
As
Or-
long. But Sheob did start acting a little funny, say 9, 8 years back. Would start moving off in odd directions, then turn around and start moving back, and then
Do we
get very
remember what?
confused.
Do we remember what class talked to us?
Fighter.
He was supposed to be a fighter,
Okay.
That I remember.
but you would note he was a changeling.
Yeah. Does he still do that? Has that behavior continued,
Mm,
or has it abated, or?
it doesn't happen as often, but I've still seen him act up a bit.
I
Couldn't tell you why.
I'm an accomplished healer. If you want, after dinner, I could take a look at Sheob if you want.
I'm sure Sheob's just fine. Those displeasure beasts don't get sick often.
Figured I'd offer.
Appreciated. It's very kind of you.
I'm just. Is there anything you'd like to ask us?
Well, if I'm entirely honest, I am very curious. How did you get here? I haven't seen a face like any of yours in years.
Well,
Have you-
there was a circle on the edge of town.
I know about those, but they don't do anything anymore. They haven't flickered at one bit.
Well, we were able to find a means of activating them again.
It worked for us.
How did it work for you? Is there something you did?
The dragon hit it.
Well, I certainly hope that's not what I have to have done.
Can I insight check him to see if it's like, if we sort of gauge attention, like how quickly he'd become hostile towards us,
Like if you didn't tell him,
or if like we did tell him?
you can certainly roll insight.
Okay.
Sorry. Also, meta question: did the others know what I did on the teleportation circle? She's gonna insight too, because she's holding on to that.
I mean, Cal did not because
Yeah, he was down.
I think
I feel like he would have shared
the
that,
people
though, right?
the people who were standing up definitely noticed. Which means like Ro noticed, Mercy noticed.
Gale was stunned.
Gale was stunned, so not Gale. I think Morrigan
think it was-
noticed.
Yeah.
Are you saying though that you would not have shared how we got up
We didn't exactly talk about it.
in passing? I would have assumed it would have got brought up.
I'm not wanting
No.
to assume anything. I just.
Also, did our insight checks yield anything?
It's hard because I wasn't here last week.
He's
The
tough
15.
to read. You don't think he'll just try to cut you down, but
Okay.
it does seem like he'd like to know.
Quite frankly, I'm not sure. There was dragons. I got hit by a breath. I woke up on the island. So I really couldn't tell you, unfortunately.
None of you know at all.
I think. I'm afraid not. But we got up here. Potentially, we could find a way off. And you know this island better than anyone. If you'd be, and if you would like off the island, because I imagine it's just a larger prison than the one at the zoo.
First off,
I sup-
Caloran,
Hmm.
I'm gonna need you to roll a deception check because you weren't being honest there. He asked if any of you knew, and you said no, I don't think so. But someone had to get you up there. At least one of your team did know how to do it.
Okay. But deception 24. I think I'm fine.
I think so. And you will only take 2 points of radiant damage.
I forgot about that.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
you're still not telling the truth.
Cool.
That's happening again.
It never stopped, you.
Nope.
No, it did stop for a minute.
Anyway. But as I was saying, I imagine that this island is just a bigger person, and if you want off, perhaps in exchange for helping us around town and avoiding some of the dangers, we could potentially try to help find a way off for you.
Do you intend to follow through with this?
I mean, yes, he seems nice enough.
Okay.
And, I don't know that he's, a demon-y thing, so I don't know what an Oni is.
Surprisingly enough, in 5e, Oni they're just giants.
They're just giants, yeah.
I have
They're
no
not
reason...
demon.
Oh, well. I have no
I didn't
reason to
roll-
suspect he's evil, so
Yeah.
he's just lonely. So, yeah, I would follow through with it.
I'd be hard pressed to not help you out with that, I suppose. All right. So, you need to find your way around town. I suppose a good idea for you then would be probably try to stay away from the main roads. Those little watchdogs like to patrol every once in a while. Things like Sheo over there can get away with it, but they see something like me or like you, they start acting up. They've been doing that for a few years now, but what do you do?
Sounds like this boss has got him a bit riled up, looking for things.
Well, it certainly wasn't exactly like that when I was first out. I could walk around looking like one of you and they wouldn't care. Within the last 10 years, something like that, suddenly they come right after me. Been turning invisible a lot more often lately.
Do you think that's maybe related to why Sheob has been acting up?
Well, I suppose it's possible. Didn't really consider it.
Has there always been these automatons around?
Oh, of course.
How
They're the perfect guard.
how would, if they had to be reactivated, how would you go about doing that? Potentially, if you can find that location, maybe find out what
I'm
happens.
afraid I haven't the slightest clue how that would be done.
Oh.
I'm assuming some magic trick or whatever. I haven't the slightest clue.
Speaking of the guards, we had a brief encounter with them where we slayed several of them. before we made our way here. One of them let loose this weird ball of like electricity. Do you know anything about that?
Probably one of the things they have controlling him. Don't know what it is, but it's some kind of a thing. Couldn't tell you. Sorry.
Well, I suppose we didn't realize that the zoo was darker than we had vision when we first found it. Should we avoid that? If there are other interesting things.
Well, that depends. What do you want to do around here?
I'll turn to my group and be like, what do we want to do?
We're gonna check out the academy.
Ah,
And the
well,
church.
in that case, you're gonna find that very difficult.
Why?
Because it won't let you in.
What does that mean?
It means it won't let you in.
Who does
See,
it let in?
anybody who's wearing a cloak like this, and he holds up the mantle that he has tied around his wrist.
Well,
Well, then we'll
could
just
you
have
open
to
the
get
door for
mantles.
us?
Yeah, that'll be tough, you little lady. You'll have to try and find where, say, one of the previous owners was wearing it and stopped wearing it, and go from there.
I think
But
we have a lead for that.
Are these
We
mantles
do.
magical?
I believe so. Yeah.
I could
I
potentially
don't think
find
it's
them.
I don't think it's a say substantial enchantment, but
No.
it does something.
I could still find it. I did bring locate object today. Even if it's not worthy of Relic Hunter's mark.
Hmm.
Well, we
That was
should
out of
probably
character.
check out that other building first, and then
Sure.
look at object.
Yes, but I don't understand. If it only lets people in have the mantles, could you open the door for us and then we just walk with you? Or does
You
each
don't
person going in have
understand.
to wear the mantle?
It won't let you in because you're not wearing it.
So only
You have to
people
be-
with mantles can
What?
go in at all.
Oh.
Okay, but what is
So we have
what kind of
to find
academy
one for
is
each
it then? Do
person.
you know? Like, is it like a guard academy, wizard academy?
Magical stuff. Wizards, spellcasters, sages, all sorts of them. That's where they taught and ran this place.
Is that where they maybe made these like patrolmen, guards?
Oh, it's entirely possible.
Okay.
What do you know about the clock towers? Are there any significance to them?
They tell time. They're also very good spots to try and get a look around.
Assassin's Creed.
I mean, I just fly my way up there, but you'll probably have a bit of trouble climbing the staircase. Be careful.
Is there traps or just they've worn down as time passed?
It's an old building. Things start living in there, or the building starts to fall apart, or what have you. It happens over time.
It's been thousands of years at this point. So that would make sense.
Has it been that long?
It has.
It's only been a couple hundred since the schism, right?
Oh, the schism was like
19
2000.
I mean,
It's nearing
19
on 2.
Yeah,
It's nearing on
1934
2000, so-
post schism. So
Oh,
it's been like
right.
2000
Sorry.
years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1934 means how many years?
Yeah,
Listen, I
It's
am
been
not
almost-
right.
It's
been a
been
very
over.
long time. You were very old.
Have you been? Sure. How? Well, I don't know how old you guys live till. I don't know anything about Oni really. So, I rolled a very low Arcana check.
There aren't many of us. At least not that I know of. I'm the only one I know of. So there's not many of us here.
I have another question for you.
Hmm.
If we can find a way off the island, what would you intend to do? Would you have any place to go?
No. Don't think so.
Well,
Sorry.
I'll turn to the group. Potentially, we happen to have an estate, and we also know people who would be very interested in hearing your stories. We could potentially offer you some lodging in exchange for
He could be
your story.
a guest.
I guess, just until you find your own place.
That's a very interesting offer, but I believe I just wander around a bit. Maybe try some of the new delicacies that have been popping up. I'm assuming things have changed. If it has been thousands of years, like you say.
It has been.
About 2,000, yeah.
I'll try a few delicacies. Maybe find a nice place for me and Sheob and his pack to live and go from there.
Well,
When
you've been neighborly to us. We would like to return the favor to you at some point.
we find a way off, you'll be the first to know.
Well, I do appreciate that. If you are looking to find some of these mantles, then you might want to try and, say, find some spots where maybe a noteworthy person would have lived.
We
Not
have an idea for that.
It's a good idea.
Sounds like we'd need a few of them, though.
Yeah, you probably will.
8 to be precise.
They only gave these to sages and councilmen.
And
Do you know how
Do
many
you
of them were
know-
there?
where they lived, or a place where we could find
there,
the
like-
public records.
Is there like a district here that's
Haven't the
like,
slightest clue.
that seem to be have nicer houses, like where government people might live?
Yeah, just look for the nicer houses.
A general area in the city, please.
Uh,
We can't search this whole place.
I'm afraid there are a couple around the academy, maybe. Mm,
Makes sense. If the academy is so exclusive, why not have the richer
Why not-
districts closer
Why
to it?
not live close to it? Yeah.
well, the only people who had these were individuals who were particularly knowledgeable, particularly talented with magic, or were involved in the governing of this place. So I'm assuming a nice house, a big important building, or something that requires magic. Who knows?
Right. And you said the mantles also let you walk past the guards? Did I remember that right? Like, and they wouldn't aggro onto you?
They were a little more forgiving with the cloak on. Well, mantle. And they were forgiving for a period of time.
But not recently.
I have a feeling they're starting to figure out who I am.
But
The
they,
new management.
we look a little different from you, so maybe they'll be more forgiving for us. And we're new.
Maybe. But all I know is they figure out who I am and they don't really like me. So
Well, I like you, Uron.
that's very
that's
kind of you.
Well, we'll get you off of here. Definitely don't deserve to be stuck.
That's nice to hear.
We need to find those mantles.
We should do that as quickly as we can. So we don't have to maybe creep around so much.
Well, I think that's everything.
Well, I do hope you enjoyed the meal, but Unless there's anything else I can assist you with, I believe that me and my little friends out there will go out to do a bit more hunting to stock up my larder and then turn in.
One last thing. Is there any places you'd recommend we avoid, aside from, like, the main streets? Particularly dangerous areas? Places where time has fallen heavier?
A couple of the workmen's districts burnt down. You'll notice those ones pretty quickly, though. You know, all the ashes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Good chunk of the area near the zoo is overgrown and full of animals. But, good for hunting. Aside from that... Oh, yeah.
One last thing before.
I'd stay away from the yellow line.
What's
wrong with the yellow line?
Well, I should correct myself. The the entrance where the yellow line and the red line butt up against each other.
What's wrong with there?
There's a lot of those guards sitting around there.
That's right by the academy, if I recall.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's it. Unless there's anything else, we thank you for your hospitality.
One last thing. Do you have wax candlesticks that you don't need?
No, those damn candle pseudo dragons or whatever they are ate mine.
Oh.
I was wondering if I could use your brazier for 10 minutes?
Feel free. I'm
Cool.
assuming you won't be putting it out.
No. I just need to change. She pups up the cat. I need to change this into a bird of some sort. Might help up a little better. And she's gonna go to spend 10 minutes in cast Find Familiar. And she's going to change Snowball back into an owl, but not a white owl, because I feel like that's really obvious. So like a dark spotted owl.
Okay.
Just like visually different, but still an owl. I'm sorry, and then when she's like, I'm sorry, Snowball, I know you want to be the white owl, but right now it's not the best for you to be the white owl. Oh. Okay, let me go mark that on my sheet.
Snowball, the dark owl.
She's a dark owl for now. She'll be a white owl eventually when we get back. Hopefully.
Like a snowball dropped in the mud.
Yeah, Snowball fell in the mud a little bit.
So.
More like a slush ball.
That too. So, you finish up your dinner with Uron. You change Snowball's appearance.
Snowball's an owl again.
We thank Ron for his hospitality, and we head on out, I guess.
Gotcha. So, Morrigan.
Yes.
You've been sitting up there for about 45 minutes now.
Oh yeah. She's been drinking. I'm keeping an eye out for anything. Because do I notice anything? Has anything come up? Have anything come by? Did I accidentally get kidnapped halfway through? And
No.
Okay.
The cat creatures periodically will kind of fight amongst each other. Like never enough to actually hurt each other, but they like swat at each other.
Understood.
And from where you're sitting, nothing appears to go wrong for 45 minutes.
From where I'm sitting, though.
Yes. Because you don't know what's happening in there.
Okay. Could I have taken a quick walk around? Just like on the building, like taking a loop around, because buildings have roofs that you can climb across.
So you're going to be trying to parkour across the buildings.
I'm going to be trying to walk very carefully across one building roof.
So just the one that you're standing on.
Yes.
Okay. No, you wouldn't notice anything dangerous around this roof.
Do I notice anything not dangerous? Do I notice anything shiny?
Nothing shiny. No. I mean, you can roll a perception check for me if you want.
Yeah, I do want. Give me a spicy second to renew my page because I couldn't remember. Shut up.
The second is spicy.
Perception. What'd I get? Fuck me,
Ooh. That's a nat one.
I go blind.
Beating the record for nat ones in a session.
I think you definitely have. Yes.
Is that the record?
I got 4, and I think that's 4 for Kate as well. I think we're tied at the
Oh,
moment.
poor Kate.
There was a session where I got a lot of nat ones.
You got nat ones and all of those d6s.
And the cabin was also just like a record for nat ones in general. I would just like to point that
yeah.
out. Oh my god.
Are we talking about just Jess alone, or are we talking about everybody?
No, in general. Again, I listened to that thing like over and over and over. Jess was not the only one hitting nat ones. Everyone had a nat one except me. I swear to God, at one point or another, everyone had a nat one, at least one, if not more. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, but this is pretty
I'm the only one who didn't get one. I'm the only one who didn't get one. It's real. I got 2s a lot, but I didn't get any 1s. I think. Actually, could be wrong.
Anyways, we out here. The dice gods have forsaken me.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you don't notice much of anything noteworthy. Oh, man.
And no shiny stuff.
That would explain why we're not hearing from Jess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's been out.
Oh, she's. I think she's basically like completely down right now. She can
Yeah.
barely hear us.
Yeah.
That sucks. Okay.
I mean, we probably want to end soon anyway, right? Because we've been going 3 hours.
We'll be finishing up in just a bit. Yeah. So, you would say you guys would say your goodbyes to Uran. Morgan, you would see the rest of the team making their way out.
Can't believe we're friends with an
Once
Oni.
they
So
turn,
weird.
once they turn the corner to avoid, once they turn the corner to not be noticed, the line of sight is broken. Morgan's gonna drop down from the roof and start following.
Gotcha.
Get me anything to eat?
Nope.
You want an orange?
We got some oranges. Sorry.
You're
I'll
being
take
stealthy,
an orange.
by the way.
I figured.
So,
Are we gonna reroll stealth checks?
Yeah, we can do so.
Okay.
That's 24. Oh, you talking about
There's
those
that
nat
one.
ones?
There's that one. I've had 2 nat ones this session.
Jinxed ya.
As we're
It's
going
okay.
along, Gil's gonna go up to Cal.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Oh yeah. Yep. I'm not gonna worry about Mercy and Robe because their internet's doing bad.
Backflips.
It's not great for them right now. So with mostly successful stealth checks, and only one natural one, you guys would manage to sneak around quietly enough to not attract any attention, even though Erudite does trip over a few things every once in a while and make a bit of noise. You guys eventually find yourselves at the location.
Gail wanted to talk to Cal, apparently.
Oh, you guys can keep talking.
So, having Giantkin and potentially a bunch of large base is okay to have with us when we're sneaking around. But a tiny little dragon isn't. Is that what I'm understanding?
Ooh, the call out.
Oh fuck.
Oh damn.
Cal will turn to Gail and say, "No, but I figured it would be better to make friends than enemies with someone who can fly and is twice as tall as I am."
And he can turn invisible. You mentioned
We
that.
already made
we did.
friends. I don't understand what the difference is. The dragon can fly.
I don't think the dragon can kill us.
We're all gonna die.
So,
As far as Dave's concerned, we made friends with the little dragon, so.
so you're more concerned about making friends with it because it could potentially kill you, but you tell us where you live.
Did I mention where our state was? What
No,
continent
but-
it on?
No,
What
but
road is it
there
on?
aren't that many.
In the
And it knows
entire
that we're going to be
world.
leaving. I just don't understand the difference. One's okay, one's not, but there ain't that much difference. Besides, they could be following us right now. I just don't like the double standard.
Very
And if
well.
you're going to be tricking something that's that big, you might as well be doing the same thing to me. And Gail's going to walk off.
What happened?
Cal just sort of gives a half shrug and keeps walking.
All right. So eventually, you guys would find yourselves at the what looks to be a small neighborhood of a few residential buildings. And according to the information you got back at that transit station, somewhere here, what's the name? Alana's house should be located. And somewhere in there is what you assume to be a. You guys think the control room is here? The control room plate is here.
Oh,
We don't know what's here. We think
she
something's
took something back
She
from
should
it.
have, in theory, taken the control plate home.
Okay.
This is a control plate now, man.
So, you guys find yourself back at this little neighborhood where, in theory, there's a control plate for those carriages. And we will carry on with you guys searching for these plate and continuing to dig through the ruins of an old city next week.